All right, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. I am here with Del Branham, Justin Green, and David Sims, and we are playing Symbaroum. This is our first game together in Symbaroum, and I am thrilled to do this. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask Del to introduce his character, tell us a little bit, describe him, tell us a little bit about his character, and maybe his chief motivation, and then Justin will go to you, and then David will go to you, and then we'll begin our game. So go ahead, Del, tell us about Shig. You're muted. There you go.
Shig is a goblin, self-taught ritualistic mystic, and he is from. He cares little for human designations of areas, but it's the largest city, swelling in populations, 100 grand plus people, and more funneling in daily. So. He lived on the underbelly of what is the name of that city? The humans
Gendaros.
Gendaros
is the big one. Yeah.
Yes, he lived on the underbelly of this city, suckling on its refuse and scavenging for resources. And one evening, he happened to witness from the shadows the theft of the Ordo Magica temple, and he would stay outside of these temples and whatnot to try to pick up and eavesdrop on any information he could to teach himself how to do some of these magics. From that moment, watching the thief, his goal is to he performed a ritual and discovered that the thieves were heading into Davokar, the deeper areas of Davokar. So since then, it's been his goal to hunt them down and reclaim what was stolen, not to give it back to the Order of Magica, but to keep it himself. That's where he is, and he's gone through several accomplices, I should say, are party members that he's allied himself with, and now currently he's with.
Gotcha. So he's made his way to Blackmore, hitching rides with other groups.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Stowing away and everything else he can do. Okay.
All right. Vicomir.
All right. So Vicomir is a barbarian, but of course he doesn't give himself that kind of name. He's actually a Diaga. From the Diaga tribe, a tribe of nomadic warriors that actually travels along the riverbanks of Davokar. Known to be fairly fierce and, again, nomadic. They usually never stay in one place for very long. They're primarily known for the taming of bears to be used as fighting implements and actually kind of worshipped in their own way, kind of as a very holy type of creature. So what Vicomir looks like is he's a little scrawny, but tall. But he seems to kind of have himself cloaked in a lot of green, not so much robes, but kind of just loose clothing and a great green cloak with a hood. You never see his face naked, at least not regularly. He always seems to wear the masks that all the barbarian tribes usually decorate themselves with. So it looks like it could be a demon or possibly an angry animal with a set of horns that kind of sticks out. He kind of has an air of mystery about him, and when you look at him, you do get the sense that he is a barbarian witch. And that's pretty much primarily what he's been for a lot of these treasure hunting parties. Now, his particular goal for himself is he's been waking up very recently, about the age when he became a mature, or like a man. He's been having nightmares, something dark and brooding. It seems to be calling from him from dark Davokar. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows that he has a pull and a want to go there, and knows that he can't survive that trip on his own. So he's decided to kind of become a treasure hunter, try to find some adventurers who can probably do this journey, and see if they're desperate enough to ever make a trip that dangerous. See if he might be able to find out exactly what's going on, why he needs to be there, and maybe follow through with his destiny of whatever it might be.
Nice. All right. Malleus, is it Malleus?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Malleus is an Ambrian human, sellsword. He's been doing it, I guess, for a while. Basically, he was forced to come out of retirement from the Queen's Army because he ran out of money. So he had to do something. Instead of he basically was too prideful to take up any kind of labor position. So he decided that since his sword arm was fairly honed already, that it was just natural for him to basically become a mercenary or sellsword of swords, basically. He has a nasty habit of frequenting some of the dives, of the various holds in the area, and that has contributed to him not only getting a reputation of being kind of a carouser and somewhat of a troublemaker at times, to also that also has enabled him to make many different what would you say, contacts of convenience,
Nice.
The depth of a person's wine cup equals the depth of their friendship, maybe. Something like that.
Right, gotcha.
So
if you got the money, honey, I got the time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
So,
to quote the great Hank Williams.
Yep. So he's a middle-aged, got a kind of a lean, athletic build, has a confident swagger and a disarming toothy grin and twinkling gray eyes. He's got short cropped dark brown hair, and he's got his ears pierced, and he's got a light scar on one side of his face, and he's known to always have blades on each hip. What else? Right now, his personal goal is basically he has recently, one of his more recent trysts with a noblewoman who shall not be named at this moment, was found out by a chambermaid, and she is threatening Malleus, threatening to basically expose him to the husband. So he must either figure out a way to pay the chambermaid off, or maybe find more nefarious ways in order to silence her wagging tongue.
Nice. Holy cow, that's brilliant. I also want to remind the viewers that Vicamir has a familiar, a wolf named Midnight, a female wolf named Midnight, correct? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So with that, gentlemen, let's go. Let's zoom in here to Blackmore. And Blackmore can be seen in the image behind me. It's the tent city not far from Thistlehold. Blackmore is known as Thistle Scold. It is a temporary, it grew. It's a mass of tents that has grown and grown and grown. Those who can't afford Thistlehold, can't pay the way in, those who are scoundrels or have been ejected, etc. There's lots of reasons why people choose Blackmore to reside. Again, they are the Baron. This is on the Baron's land. The Baron is petitioning to actually be allowed to let individuals construct permanent buildings. He's trying to, in a way, get Thistle Scold or Blackmore declared a legitimate city, right? Not yet has he been able to pull those political strings, right? All right. So, Vicamir, before you set out to make your way in the world, an old friend gifted you with an old wooden coin, badly used, faded purple, painted purple, with a faded gold painted etching, which reads RK. Adlar said, "See Rygold in Blackmore. He can help you get started. This coin will see you get an audience with him. As you part from your village, you have been carrying in your baggage this gold or this wooden old token, basically. And at some point when you got to Blackmore, meeting your friends, you have not been able to get jobs. You have all met here in your first days in Blackmore, having failed to secure jobs, spots with treasure hunters. You've decided to throw in together. One of you has the coin and the base knowledge of a person known as Rigel, and it is said he sponsors new expeditions. In these last few days in Blackmore, you've discovered Rigel is a goblin and he is the sponsor in Blackmore. However, there is much mystery and few persons are willing to talk about him. You do learn his tent and place of business is deep in the center of Blackmore, and unfortunately a more seedy side of Blackmore. It is now dusk in Blackmore, and a light rain begins to fall. You and your companions are winding your way through the dense maze of tents and the mass of peoples. On your guard, because you could be victimized at any moment by anyone. As it grows dark and rainy, the streets are suddenly empty. Your party has been tailed and shadowed for the last 20 minutes by a group of tough-looking, well-equipped Ambrians in dark coats. They keep a distance and stop and start as you do. It is clear they follow you. So you're deep in the Blackmore, working your way through these tents as the soft rain begins to fall. The sun is regressing for the day, and you have been tailed by this group. 3, maybe 4, hard to say. One always seems to. It's hard to get a full count because these dark-coated figures will seem to multiply up to 4, maybe drop down to 2 as you wind your way through.
Okay,
Anybody who, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, is there any consistency? Like, do they appear to be wearing any kind of uniforms, or are they all?
They all wear black coats. Right. You can make cunning checks if you want to see if you know anything about this group of individuals.
Okay, I'll do that.
Right. Let's see.
So cunning, and the cunning check will be at a. The cunning check is at a -1, gentlemen. So subtract 1 from your cunning score and roll 20 and below to be successful.
Okay.
Got a 2 on my roll.
Nice.
Let's
Dale,
see.
nice. And that's important for both of you, actually.
Ooh, I don't think I'm going to do it.
It's okay,
1
Malice.
second.
I can. Yeah, it's okay, Malice. I can brief you on the workings of your own people.
No.
Okay. So both, unfortunately, as mystics in a way, Vicomir and, well, you're not really a mystic, but you are a witch in a way. But definitely, Shig, you recognize these are black coats, and they hunt, in particular, they hunt corruptions and abominations, and they certainly hunt self-taught mystics. So you would be aware of what the black coats do and are, as they're not getting real close, but they've shadowed you through this camp all day long. And ultimately, now that the streets are less crowded, you're very aware that they are stopping and starting. If you guys stop and talk to people and move through tents, they then will pick up pace to catch up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to ask the mechanics question. Can I? The point being, can I curse them in some way that could maybe take them off our scent and get lost within the tents?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could certainly try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I, if I see him kind of doing that, can I just kind of grab his hand and be like, no, Shig, don't do that. They're expecting that. It'll just give them the excuse. There are far.
Well, I haven't did it yet.
To do this.
I haven't did it yet.
Yeah, I'll be like.
But no, at this moment, knowing that that's potential, I'm weaving in between you two.
Yeah.
All right.
All these guys need. Just remember that all these guys need is the excuse to see you casting this unregulated magic.
Right.
Just, there are other ways that we can try and hide amongst them.
Right.
Maybe even just
okay. Well, I didn't want to do cemented cartwheels or anything. I was going to keep it on low.
Why are we trying to hide from them?
Well, this new contact, I don't know anything about him. He may not appreciate us having a tail or being followed or discovered.
So
just get me to him.
What was our cunning exactly for?
It was to know if you knew who these black coats were.
Okay.
Right.
Have we?
So your characters probably never encountered them or feared them, like Shig might. Shig certainly would.
What is it? is it possible, or is it too shadowy and dark or whatever, or is it too difficult in general? I guess I should say, maybe to even see. Are they armed? Are they armored?
They are well equipped. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can tell they have weapons on their back or are sticking from their coats.
Okay.
They are armed. You can they're how can I say this? They're
Inquisition and witch hunters more
yeah,
than anything.
yeah, right. Black coats ultimately hunt the abominations, right? So
So
you, for
we-
instance, Malleus,
We've got nothing to fear then.
you would have nothing to fear, right?
No, you're perfectly fine.
and Shig may have nothing to fear, but he may not, he may.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But they aren't approaching him. I mean, they're following you. They're keeping an eye on you, but they're not making threatening gestures. They're not
Okay.
sneaking up on you.
Okay.
Even when you stop and Shig appears like he's giving him the evil eye, and Vicamir cuts him off maybe. They aren't approaching. It isn't like they're
Okay.
right.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. That's good enough for Malleus right now then.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So
so-
where are we headed then?
So as you
Okay.
progress through the tents, trying to find Reigel's tent, and you were told it was a
Okay, Rigel.
large tent, and it will be obvious once you come across it. But you are in a seedy side of town. You wind through again. These gentlemen in the black coats follow you as far as they can. At
Mhm.
some point, you arrive in front of a large purple tent with gold braid, and a banner hangs above the tent, double flaps. There are 3 or 4 guards out front, and on that banner above the door says RK.
Okay.
It basically matches your wooden coin, Vicamir.
Okay.
The
Oh, wow.
RK etching and the purple painted wooden coin.
I look up at Vicamir and say, "Shall I handle this?" and stick up my hand. And
Oh,
expect
like
to
you want to
receive
take the coin and walk up?
walk into the tent. Yeah, speak with him.
Okay. Well, you're probably a better at conversation than I am. And I'll just go ahead and I'll take the coin out.
And you
I'll
were
actually just
told,
put-
and you were told that that Rigel is a goblin. So you know.
Oh,
that-
okay. Okay.
Oh, you
So
know what?
you
That's
know
even
that-
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
guys can
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, here you
Okay.
go, Shig.
Okay, my hand closes around it and I smile a toothy grin. And it's all, yeah, my teeth have been filed down.
Or-
Jeez,
Rancid.
every time he smiles,
Yeah.
it never gets easier. Never.
Rancid,
does.
it's just got,
Right.
Thanks.
it's got blood and mucus coated.
Yeah,
the
me
teeth
and
and
Malice
everything
both
like
go with.
Right.
Yeah.
that. And I retreat, I back up and retreat into the tent and the
Won't
folds
judge.
close and I turn around and face,
Yeah, the guards
Rigel.
stop you before you can enter the tent. Where do you think you're going, Goblin? These are Ambrian guards, by the way.
go
Human
to
guards.
speak to my brother.
Yeah, your brother. Do you
My
have?
brethren, he's inside the tent. Let me go. And I try
Do
to
you
pull.
have? Do you have? You must have something that warrants your attendance to this tent.
That is business of my own.
We will
Let me
not
Give
let
him
you
the
in.
coin, Shig.
I pull, I pull my arm, but he's got, let me see. Let me see if he has my hand. Yeah, he's got the hand that the coin is in. All right. So I'm
okay.
trying to pull her hand. So I turn it around and I say, if you must.
He
gain
releases it.
interest."
He releases it. Oh, I beg your pardon. And he backs. They pull. 2 of the guards pull the flaps open, and they nod for your party to enter.
I harumph and turn around, showing, you know what I mean? Like I've been, whatever. And I
Accosted.
hiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, accosted, and I kind of hiss slitheringly like and turn and slip into the tent. And let it,
I guess
Right.
against my better judgment, I gave the coin to Shig. Okay.
So in the tent, there are large wool woven hallways. They have used thick wool woven tapestries or walls that drop to the floor. The floors are wood planked, so you don't step in the mud. Remember, they cannot have permanent residents here. But he's tried his best to segregate this tent into multiple rooms and chambers. It's dark, no light source. The sun's gone down. Nobody's attended to torches. Nobody's attended to lanterns. You've just gotten here. And you know, as you move through this this
Can I
labyrinth.
see?
Yes, sir.
Can I see? Do I need torchlight to see where I'm going through, or do I have a vision?
No, I mean you know, it's dark. I mean, you can make your way. You can see underneath some of the or where some of the room.
But I don't have
some of the-
infravision, is what I'm getting at, right?
Correct. Yeah, there's nothing like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can make your way. I mean, it's not so dark, but it's poorly lit.
Well,
and
I'm used to
as
the
you-
back alleys of the city anyway, so I'm slipping around through there.
As you pass certain rooms that are segregated with these drapes cracked, you might see lanterns flicker in those rooms. You might peek in as you pass and see guards sleeping or doing something. You might pass another and see individuals that are having dinner. So he may have family here. Some are goblins, some are Ambrians, right? As you work your way back through this tent, you eventually come into a larger room, and in the center of the room is a table. And one large candle illuminates the area around that table, and sitting at that table is an old goblin. And I will give you a clue as to what he looks like here.
Gotta be in his 30s.
Right?
Yeah, being an old guy, well, late 20s.
Oh, no. Yeah, right. So Rigel lives in a fine large tent surrounded by bodyguards. He sits at a table alone. Cards, dice, and thalers lay about the table. A large
I
candle
take
is
the coins. Go ahead.
a large candle is the sole light source around the table. He has just concluded an all-day private gambling game. As you walk in, he's playing with his long, gnarled, filthy, bony fingers, playing with a stack of thalers. He chews tobacco. You know this because it runs from the corners of his lips, staining his chin. He spits it about as he speaks to his guards as they step out of the darkness, and he waves them away. However, he doesn't appear to spit it, so to speak, as if there's no cistern or something around. So maybe he swallows this. He is an unkempt. He's missing teeth. He has foul breath, and he speaks in a wheezing speech.
Oh, wow.
He is very important and successful here in Blackmore. He wears the finest clothes. There's kind of a discordance between his appearance and his clothes. He has jewelry, rings on every finger. One ring in particular on his right hand catches your attention. Its luster and beauty beyond anything you've seen before. He is a very old goblin. Any goblin in this group will see him as ancient, the oldest goblin you have ever seen.
Wow.
Am I in this room by myself? Did I leave
No,
the mouse on the
you've all just entered. You do know though now that he's kind of waved off his guards as they step out of the dark corners of the room. All you can really see is the table, all the thalers and cards and dice. He says, gentlemen, gambling for the day is over. You are late.
I take the coin, ancient one, and I do a little bow, and I take the coin and put it on the thing and slide it, you know, separating the other coins or whatever that's on the table up to him.
Yeah,
When
he looks and smiles, no teeth. You can see bubbling from the corners of his lips his tobacco. He takes it's like a stick that he would use to grab up the dice, right, if they were throwing dice, and he pushes the purple coin back to you, Shig, and says, have a seat. Be seated. So you must be here for another reason.
So if Shig, I want to take that coin back myself because that was gifted to me.
Sure.
So I'll kind of take that back, kind of give Shig just kind of a little bit of a look, and then just put it into like a belt pouch and stuff. And then I'll just go ahead and I'll take a seat. If there's any chairs, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, there's chairs around the whole where he obviously had been conducting gambling all day long, been gambling, and he's clearly a winner as he's surrounded. He's just thalers scattered about the table. He's got a pile of thalers that he's been fingering the whole time he's talking to you.
Nice.
Right. Okay. Please be seated. So what can I do for you since you're not here to gamble, I take it?
No, we're actually here for work. We're 3 mercenaries looking for jobs. Unfortunately, going about us individually, we've been unable to find anything here in Blackmore, but I was told that you may have something on offer if I were to bring this coin.
Yes, he brings up his right hand and he kind of waves. And again, as he brings up his hand, you see this ring on his middle finger that's pretty difficult not to go, holy, and he waves out of the darkness. You see something step up, and you might, with a vigilance check, be able to identify something about this person. Anybody who wants to make a vigilant
Okay,
at
sure.
at a -1. So subtract 1 for your vigilance and roll under.
-1. Submit.
Okay, that's a 9.
Okay, did it.
All right. I'm not certain, Dell. Did you roll under?
I rolled a 10, but you said
-1, right?
yeah, -1. My vigilance is 15. And there's 13.
No.
13.
Okay, so you rolled under. And Vicamir,
Yeah.
you're only a 6? Wow. Wow.
No, it's only, well, I'm normally a 7, but minus the 1.
Oh,
makes it a
gotcha.
6.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. I didn't realize it programmed that in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right. So, really the only one to really see this well, Amelius and Shig, out of the corner of your eyes, this person steps out of the dark corner. You see them. They look like Rigel, and then shifts back to look like Shig, and then changes shape to look like her normal self, the shape of a woman, a changeling. She changes shape 3 times as she steps forward, clearly toying with being Rigel, then toying with being Shig, before your eyes.
Okay.
He says, "Our standard contract," and she breaks out this scroll, rolls it out on the table. He said, "Our standard contract for expedition. I pay everything. I pay your explorer group fees. I pay your add-on, and I get 35% of everything you bring back. If you succeed, then I would talk about sponsoring you for the full year. This would be a 1 at this. You must prove yourselves to me. That is the standard contract."
Do we have any preconceived notions about Rigel at all? Is he fair? Is he?
What you've learned mostly is he's the people aren't readily talking about him. I mean, even though they let you know, yeah, he lives in a big tent somewhere. He's in a bad part of town, but clearly he's like he's in the biggest tent in this side of town. He's got guards. He's got money.
So he's the big dog around here.
Right.
These parts. Okay.
It's very different, but there's no doubt. Yeah, it's hard to say whether you could trust him, but he's motioning to her to unfurl a tradition, his contract.
Okay.
Right.
One other question: is 35% a decent cut, or would I know?
Yeah, you can make a cunning check for that.
Cunning, okay.
Or you can just barter with him if you think that's too high, right?
Well, let me take a.
I was going to say, I think it would be a little high. However, we're desperate for work, so
yeah,
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if we get our names out there first, maybe that wouldn't hurt so much. We're doing it for mostly the exposure.
Okay. I would guess then that being down and out as we are, then maybe we better. Take what the offer that we've been given us then. Okay, so I won't haggle.
Okay.
So
he looks about the table to see the expressions, and he says, Gao can be your guide. Either way, she will attend. She will go with you to make sure it protects my interest with this.
Okay.
And I have a map. And he waves her, and she pulls a map out, and he says, "We happen to have this map of a ruin. This is possibly the best place for you to find some valuables, based on my research, my intelligence."
Okay.
I say it isn't wise to advertise, changeling. I dart her a glance, and then back to him.
I let off a soft sigh as I grabbed the. Did he have a map or anything like that? Like that he gave us? Like
no, he's holding it.
Okay.
She pulled it out and gave it to him, and he's telling you, my intelligence. There is a ruin, not a day's march from here, where I believe you can find something.
Okay.
I just kind of wanted to take a look at it to see if it's a location that I might be aware of or that possibly know the dangers of.
Yeah, so as you unfurl this map, as he readily hands it to you. You unfurl it. from the fire break into the light, the bright Davokar, it is marked roughly. You can figure maybe a day, maybe a little longer, depending on what happens on the journey. And it's probably 2 days from the river what is the river there? That Ainor River.
Okay.
It's probably a day's march south of Ainor, and it's a day march from Blackmore here to the northwest.
Okay.
And it's marked here in roll 20 on your map. It's this black dot with a silver circle. That's what's ultimately you're looking at on a map.
Okay. So not a very far journey.
No, he says it's a day in unless you get lost. Gao is a capable guide. So.
Okay. Oh, Dow's our guide. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
she will attend you. If you do not need her services as a guide, she will attend you as a cook. She will attend you as a huntress, and she will keep a close eye on any of the treasures. I must protect my interest. I'm paying for your, and he, if you agree, put your mark on the contract, and he spins it around, slides it in front of Shig first. Your mark on the contract, if you agree, gentlemen.
Okay, well, it says I got which site. Is this something that can be done passively as I look at her and him?
Yep.
And I'm wanting to gain some kind of info from them.
Yep.
Right? Especially somebody who's going to be coming along with us.
So which site tells you, so I'll describe it as you kind of fade into this ephemeral kind of world. Your sight narrows. It's this ephemeral kind of, I hate to use the term, but think Lord of the Rings in a way. Is it kind of around them? So he has a shadow around him of a dull red with deep maroon twists. This is an old goblin with he's got a little corruption, right? I mean, this is dull red with deep maroon twists. So it's that kind of his entire body is encapsulated in this kind of shadow.
The changeling.
The changeling, shimmering maroon. Right? It's just a maroon shadow shimmering. No, she has no other, she has no dots, no lines. It's one solid shimmering maroon color. Both of them, though, that tells you they've got some corruption here. Right?
Okay. I snap out of it and look at him and then reluctantly finger in the contract and put my he wants my finger mark?
Your mark, whatever that is. Write your name, etch your name, whatever you're capable of. If you want,
I bite into my thumb and then I draw it across the thing and then slide it back a little bit.
And then, of course, he pushes it in front of you, Vicamar, your mark, sir.
Yeah, so with that, I would draw my dagger and then just go onto the tip of my thumb.
Oh, gosh.
And just kind of suck it a little bit to get that small taste of blood out, squeeze it, and then put it down on there.
Okay.
Never learned how to write in Ambrian.
Right.
It's too corrupting. Yeah.
Right. As people of nature, there would be a lot of truth in that, right? All right. And then then he takes it with he's using the stick that he grabs dice up with, etc. And he slides it over to you, Malleus.
Malleus rolls his eyes at the overly dramatic way that his companions make their mark, and he looks if there's any kind of inkwell or anything around here. Is there anything?
Yeah,
it's right in front of the desk.
Yeah,
there is an
as you
inkwell
look around
there?
as you look around the large candle, there is like an inkwell with the quill. He clearly makes contracts all the time. So, but he's not surprised by how Shig and Vicamir sign this document, right?
No, yeah, I just think it's overly
dramatic. He sees
dramatic,
all kinds of losers in here.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not going to come back. They're going to end up dead in the Davokar, right? Yes, but there is an ink well and a quill. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Malleus will, with much, or with no flourish, but much focus, he will very neatly make his signature on the paper and then slide it back. Okay,
so he takes that, rolls it up, looks at it briefly, and rolls it up, hands it to her. She kind of steps back into the darkness again. He snaps his fingers and says, "Now we drink wine, food, we relax. You stay here tonight, leave in the morning. We will have all of your goods and ready to go in the morning. So let's celebrate this contract with some wine and food. And of course, you see behind him in the back corner, now a flap over this heavy woolen drapery opens. You see light come through that, like a split of light comes through from torches or something in another portion of the tent, or lanterns, most likely lanterns, for fear of catching something on fire with open, flames. And they pass through a couple of times, bringing wine and cups and some food. And he proceeds to eat, as gross as it is, mouthful of tobacco, eating, shoveling it in. He is clearly successful, but he is still a goblin, right? And he probably started not unlike you as an old treasure hunter, right? He tells you that at some point during the evening, as you eat, and he talks with you, tells you stories of his early days as a young adventurer, but he quickly turned sponsor. He realized it was safer and there was better money sponsoring treasure hunters. And so he's freely tells you some stories. And he also, she comes back in a few moments with a group explorer's license. And on that license, it names all of you, all four of you, Gao, Vicamere, Shig, and Malleus, and it states no add-ons. So this is straight, and it states 5 days journey into the Bright Dakovar. And of course, that makes it legal for you to ultimately treasure hunt.
So now with this legal writ, now do we have 3 copies of it? So we each have one, or are we only given the one?
That's a great question. Let's assume you'd all have one, right? Right, because they're not independent, so you don't have an independent one.
Okay.
But if 3 of you died on the journey, you would at least have evidence of your group. Right.
Yeah.
So we'll assume she brings back 3. I mean, 4. Well, 1 for her and you 3. Right. Makes total sense. Right.
Okay.
But it is group only, no add-ons, which means you can't collect firewood, you can't collect berries, you can't. I mean, there's a lot of the Ambrians, man. They got this kind of.
Oh no! Don't worry. I'm very well acquainted with the bureaucracy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. You can break the Iron Pact and go loot the forest, but you're gonna have to pay your taxes, basically, right?
Essentially, yeah. You have to pay for the licenses, then the taxes on top of whatever you find.
Right. Yeah. Right. Let's make a vigilant check. Everybody make a vigilant check through the night as he talks and he relaxes and he's telling you these stories. Vigilance at 0, no modifier.
No, I'm just not picking up anything.
All right, made mine.
Yep.
You made yours, you said, Del?
Yeah, vigilant 13. So.
Yeah. So I don't know about Malleus or Shig, but you clearly eyeball this ring more than it's just you drawn to it. It is this beautiful greenish gold, fairly large ring. How it's staying on his bony, gnarled, old, filthy fingers beyond you. He must have some way that he's keeping it affixed. And it's got etchings and runes. However, you don't quite know what those etchings and runes are on this ring. Right. Now, if any of you have Lore Master that passed that test, we might know more.
No. No.
Okay. Okay. All right. So he's been up all day long gambling. At some point during the night, as they clear away bowls and they clear away the wine, they've brought in another large candle that begins to burn. At some point, people will come up and slowly drag the thalers off the table, secure the thalers, and carry them out of the room. And at some point, it's just you 3 and he and a couple of his guards in the corners. And he dismisses himself and you. One of his servants will take you to a chamber to sleep for the night. And in the morning, you will have your gear, and Gao will be prepared to lead you into the bright Davokar. Is there anything you guys want to do or say before the morning?
No,
I don't think not. I don't think so.
No, I think being in the rain most of the afternoon, I think we would probably want to get most of the wet clothes off, getting them to start to dry, just being a nice warm bed or bedroll.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So they do. They wind you through this tent, again, a large tent, on wooden planks, and pass you into a room with pillows. It's actually, for again, the Blackmore. It's pretty nice stuff. You know, pillows and
Pretty plush,
if they are hay, they've had hay sewn into fabric pillows, and you're able to slumber comfortably. You can hear the rain on the tent, and there's a guard that stays at the door. You're aware of that, as you have privacy, but you can see ultimately his feet through the flaps of underneath the pole door, or I should say the flap of this particular room.
Yep.
Okay. Sleeping through the night. Next morning, you're roused early before the break of dawn, and Gao says, "Follow me," and she takes you out front. It's not yet teeming in Blackmore, but already it's starting to pick up. It's muddy streets. It must have had a light rain all night long. She hands out to all of you your rations for the 5-day journey, enough to get you where you're going and survive for 5 days. She takes her portion. She hands you all your own portion. Aside from that, there are no horses, no mules. We don't waste animals on the Davokar here. We aren't going to drag, these victims. And once you're settled and ready to go,
victims.
Yeah, I mean that just draws the creatures to you,
right? Huh?
No. She's right. No, I got it. Yeah.
And she you have not seen her shape change again, and she takes the form of a female, pretty plain, changeling, not a lot of obvious marking. She has a tattoo above this right eyebrow that's like a smear of purple ink. You notice that everybody that works for Rygar is in purple garb with gold braiding, etc. So he's loving this idea of royal colors, right? And the stain for these things, purple is very expensive stain. So and she wears, for the most part, some type of purple garment. She has a purple tat, and says we head across the fire break, and she points past some tents and points in a direction, so roughly northwest. We must get out of Blackmore and across the fire break. We will enter the woods, and she points in a vague direction, right? And then she's off. She's moving quickly, knowing exactly how to get through this maze of tents. These aren't streets per se; they're a hodgepodge of collected tents. But she knows her way. She leads you at a pretty good pace.
And Jason, what's she wearing actually?
She's wearing
probably a purple gown, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not armor. It's more of a gown, and it's a purple.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, because of their power, she can even change what the armor looks like anyway.
Right. So but yes, she is not wearing an armor. It is more of a gown. She does have pants under the gown, though. It's like she's wearing a long
like a smock or something.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And again, it's got purple with gold braiding. It's even got an RK, like a embroidered.
Wow.
So
okay.
Either she's completely corporate, or she may be in some kind of indentured servant,
which is
Okay.
Right?
All right. Okay.
And she's moving pretty quick. She knows where she's going. You cross the fire break before sunup.
So before we kind of catch up with her too, I just want to kind of get in communication with Midnight as well, just to let her know where we're going, and to meet us kind of like on the outskirts of town.
Now this is interesting, because your friends may not know you have a wolf.
It depends on where we met. You said that we were on a couple of adventures already, right?
You guys decide whether if not, right? Approaching from the woods or across the fire break is a large wolf, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say I would assume that they have seen it if we've been on a couple of adventures already. So
I always give Midnight a respective amount of space, though.
Yeah. You see, when she first sees the wolf coming, you see her shape change into a wolf.
Okay.
As she slows to a trot, like wolf.
Okay, so no, with that, I'll kind of mention to her, like, no, Gowan is all right. is one of my closest friends, and as you know, midnight kind of comes over, I'll kind of like grab her by your head and do the whole like,
Yeah.
you know, put my forehead onto her forehead and say, "How are you doing, friend?" You know, I hope
And
you
Gao
had- hope you had
circles
an
the
easy
wolf
night.
in wolf
Yeah.
form, smells her hindquarters, right?
Okay, so with that, you see that she kind of turns around, kind of follows Gao, and kind of like glares her teeth at her.
Right.
Like,
And then
hey,
Gao, you see her
yeah.
shape change back up onto her legs, right? She's back up, and she looks at you. She has not said a word to you outside of "Here's your rations. That's where we're headed." She's not said anything since. She still hasn't said anything about the wolf, etc. Everything is. She looks at you. She nods. She gives the wolf a wide berth with the snarled teeth, and then she turns to the Davokar and says, points. She didn't say. She points, and again, 2 steps into the Davokar, and you are obviously right on her heels. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I'll follow her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I think these 2 guys have much more. My assumption is that they have much more woodcraft than I would. So yeah, I'll stay to the rear, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Not necessarily for me.
I wasn't that sure.
Did we know if there's anything in particular we're going to these runs to get? Or has
no,
she yet disclosed that?
That's the you've gleaned from your travels with other treasure hunters, Shig, to get to Blackmore, listening to guys around the campfire tell tales. You know, you expeditions into the Davokar, looking for ruins where you would begin to excavate and try to find treasures. This particular map has noted a ruin, and you've been assured by Rygal and Gao that they know there's a particular ruin in that area of Bright Davokar. So they're promising you, following the map, there'll be something there, but whether there's treasure there or not, obviously they don't know. But and this was intelligence that he made clear to you he received probably from another expedition he sponsored that returned and said, "Hey, we found another ruin, but we didn't have time to explore it." You know, you get the gist that that he's got other groups. I mean, he was clearly a rich man, so why he chooses to live in Blackmore and not Thistlehold would be a fantastic conversation to have with him.
Or maybe not. He doesn't want to pay taxes.
Yeah, right.
That's what it comes down to.
That's right. He doesn't want to play by
he doesn't pay the gate fee. Yeah.
That's right. Right.
All right.
So, as you enter into the Davokar, it is suddenly dimmer. Giant trees cast dark shadows, and you notice an eerie dampening of the sound as the acoustics change. Strange noises emanate from the Davokar. A beast roars in the distance. Some calls and yells are heard faintly, and the murmuring of the swaying trees and branches make it seem as if the Davokar taunts you and beckons you to come. I need everybody to make a resolution +1 check, please,
oh boy.
as you step into the Davokar.
I'm sorry, Jason. What was the roll? It was
resolute +1.
+1.
So it's
Made
easy.
it.
Okay. So Del Shig here, feels this kind of
It didn't work.
nice. Vicamir, wow, really good.
Hang on, having a technical issue. Let me
That's
just
right.
roll.
Okay.
You said +1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here, I'll just roll it for now. Oh yeah, okay. So I do it. Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful. So all 3 of you feel this. You hear this. You feel like almost the narrowing as a weight and oppression, even in the Bright Davokar at this early morning. You feel this kind of draw and this kind of weight, but fortunately do not suffer any temporary corruption, gentlemen. All right. She continues to lead you through, deeper into the Bright Davokar in the general direction of the northwest. However, we need everyone. I should say, who has bushcraft, because that's who's ultimately going to lead the way here.
Yeah.
And she will make a bushcraft roll as well if somebody wants to roll for her. So we'll have 2 bushcraft rolls, which I believe is resolution or vigilance. Vigilance.
I think it's vigilance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vigilance check.
And it is there is no you have a map, so it's with advantage +2 to your attribute.
Oh, +2.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't. That's a failure, anyways.
Okay. And then if you can roll for her, if somebody wants to roll for her, again, she has the map. She has never been here, but she does have the map as well with an
Okay,
advantage.
I can go ahead and do a roll for her. Oh wait,
you
no.
wanna? Okay.
Oh.
No, David did it. David.
What's with
lordy,
advantage?
lordy, lordy.
So is that
Okay.
a double? That's a double roll advantage.
No,
Is that correct?
advantage is just +2 to her attribute.
Oh no way. Okay.
Right. Unfortunately, gentlemen, we've got to make. We're gonna have to go to the actual setting and adventure Symbaroum book, gentlemen, and do a. Unfortunately, what is called a. And again, I'm going to talk about the rules here as we're all learning the game. What is called a misfortune.
Oh, okay.
So I need somebody to roll a D10 for
works.
me. Let's see what happens here as you
Here,
ultimately.
since I rolled the problem, I'll keep going. So
Yeah, just a D10.
Okay, 5.
Okay, 5. All right. All right. You find yourselves in the border of a vast field of thorns. They can circumvent this. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So you can try to work through this or you can circumvent it. But as Gal points out, this will cost you a day's travel.
So we're in
Now,
a valley of.
You can try to move through it, but then of course you could suffer injury.
We're in a valley of thorns, you said?
Yep. As you come into a break, you're lost. You're clearly turned around and lost, and you're looking at a field of thorns.
Oh,
that
field
is
of thorns. Okay.
massive.
And
And
does she look a little distressed along the way too? Like, is she like looking around? She's like, or like looking at like higher ground to find out where we are.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, she really would be like you, Vicamers. You both have bushcraft, and you know this isn't on the map, right? This field of thorns is not on your map, so you've definitely taken a bad turn. And remember, you have a 5-day pass.
Yeah.
And you have 5 days worth of food. So this is going to influence. Now we're still on our day 1 right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, I would just sooner go around at this point because you never know also what's in the thorn brush. There could be traps.
Okay.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So circumventing takes you a full day to work your way. I would assume you want to go still north, since you know that this ruin you're headed to is supposed to be northwest. You want to go around on the north side of this field of thorns?
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to her. She's our guide.
Well, she's the one that got us lost, though, too.
Yeah. That's right. So she does. She leads you around, and at some point, it's getting to evening, and she advises we camp now for the night, unless you want to try to travel at night.
No, I don't think that would be very wise.
No. Okay. All right. Is there any kind of clearing or area that we can get to, or is it pretty dense forest everywhere?
You can certainly make a camp. Now, if you want to do bushcraft, if somebody wants to make that bushcraft check again, we could find a better, maybe safer place to rest. If not, we're leaving it up to fate.
Okay, so I can make the attempt anyways.
Sure, and she should too. As you know, she is. He did tell you she was going to be your guide, your cook, your huntress. You know, those things.
Got a success.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Right. So yeah, you find a nice spot past the field of thorns, among
cave and maybe the side of a cliff or something like that, where it takes us out of the rain. And
you can
seem to be.
So nobody's going to sneak up to you on one side. Is that what you mean, or you mean under like a cliff?
No, I mean like under like a cliff, like it could keep us out of the rain. Nothing will fall on us, or it's even like a cave that appears to be abandoned. No nest, no, what do you call it? Guano, or anything like that.
Right.
So we're like, this will be
perfect.
Jason, how just very generally speaking, how's like are we able to see more than 20 feet or 30 feet ahead? This is
the bright Davokar. So large, and these trees are large, a lot of overgrown ground, but because bright, it's really not as dense at the top. So we're getting more light through here.
Okay.
So yeah, for now, matter of fact, I got a picture in Roll20 of what this looks like. So
okay. Just trying to get a feel.
Might be able to see it. Where's my picture of the Davokar? Oh shoot, what'd I do with it? I did put a picture in here so you guys could kind of take a gander at it, and now I can't find it. Maybe I didn't pull it up. Let me pull it into Roll20, and so you would get an idea of what it looks like here. So it's going to be, I don't know if you guys can see it. It'll be under
Oh,
uploads, recent uploads in the picture part of Roll20.
Oh no, we won't be able to see that.
Oh.
The easiest thing you can do, Jason.
Yeah.
Go
There, I
bring
put it
down-
on the map. Can you
Oh,
see it
there
on
it
the
is.
map?
That'll work.
yeah, there it is. Yep, see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
right now, this is for the most part what you were working your way through
Okay.
for this first day, David. And yeah, you can see,
So not bad.
I would say you can see 35 yards, depending on
Yeah,
the,
Yeah, getting a Sherwood kind of feel.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Okay,
Yep.
so Malice's spirits are fairly high now. Still, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
No problem.
Okay. So, but again, you do feel, I mean, obviously you've been hearing about this Davokar your whole lives. And of course the barbarian knows it.
Yeah, I don't see what the issue is. Seems like a nice, it's a forest,
Exactly.
Just give it time.
Right. So because of a very successful, and as she's building a fire, and she smiles at you more than once, Vicamir, clearly appreciative of your work to find this protective little cave, right? And so she
Nice.
builds a fire. She takes rations from her and cooks this up a little bit. I'm assuming your wolf will go hunt rabbits or whatever your wolf may find, right?
Yeah, she can take care of herself. She's more active usually during the night anyways. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Jason, I think-
I'll set up a little snare.
Yeah, there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna set up a snare? Okay.
Yeah,
She's setting
I
a
got it in
snare.
my
Okay.
inventory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Malleus.
No. I was wondering if you saw that Dale wanted to set up the snare. That's all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I know I did not see that. Okay, so he's setting a snare. Beautiful. Okay, so now as far as the camp goes, she basically eats, steps out briefly along the rim, walks out into the bright Davokar as it's dark, maybe 8 o'clock or so. Looks around the camp, comes in and lays down, makes herself a spot in the mud or the turf, and is pretty unconcerned. Goes right.
Okay. What I'll do is before she does that, I'll say, "Hey, gal," and then what I'll do is I'll go over to my pack. I'll take my bedroll. And I'll kind of toss it to her,
Okay.
and I'll be like, "I'll take first watch. I'm not going to be using it."
Okay. And she looks and again smiles at you. Doesn't say anything. Smiles at you. Unrolls this bedroll, and then she's quickly rolled over, facing away from the fire, facing away from you guys,
Mhm.
and probably fast asleep. However, you don't know exactly.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, Vicamir, with your wolf midnight, you get through most of the night without a problem here. Your bushcraft, you picked the perfect spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as if and because you're really under this thing in Eve, nothing's going to sneak up on you from probably 3 sides. So if anything comes into this, it's going to come through one spot, right? You've got a nice,
and we'll have no way to retreat. Yeah, I got it.
right. But at least they couldn't sneak up on you from all sides, right?
Okay, exactly. Yeah.
And at some point, if you want to rouse one of your fellow compatriots, or if you want to just try to make it through the night, or if you want to trust your wolf to protect
Well,
you.
I kind of take a look at Sheg, and I know that he's vastly experienced from Yandaros, but he's never spent a night really in Davokar like I've spent a night in Davokar. And kind of the same with Malice, looking at like, is your armor, is it piecemeal or is it like fairly neat and clean?
I think it's fairly neat and clean.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think I'll take the night. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
I'll take the night for tonight.
Okay.
Further in, it may get a little harsh, and
Yeah.
I might take a rest then.
Okay. All right.
Me and Midnight will take the watch tonight.
Rusty armor won't turn a blade, buddy.
Now I heard a ding. Did somebody write something that I?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I
didn't-
see it. Okay,
Oh, okay.
awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure. I heard a ding, so I figured somebody wrote something that I needed to pay attention to. All right, so you get through the night, Vicamir. You might even at times feel comfortable enough to sleep for 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. You can trust your wolf is pretty vigilant, right? The next morning, she has kicked the fire completely out. She's on her feet. She's bundled up already your sleeping bedroll and stored it or given it back to you, Vicamir. And she says to you all, we should get moving. And this again is before dawn, so you're probably going to be tired, right? Because you're up at dawn, you're marching all day.
Mm-hmm.
She steps out, climbs up around to the top of this little cave, like a berm that you guys found, and went up. And she's looking now northwest. Shig, you will let's make a cunning check, sort of see if you capture anything in that snare, how way you set it up. And the cunning check here in the bright Davokar, right? No modifiers, it's just below your cunning.
There you go. It's
Nice.
3 and cunning 11.
Okay, so as you go out to collect your snare, you find you've captured a rabbit.
Okay, what I'm going to do is just I don't really have a cutting tool, but
Got those teeth of yours.
I'll pull out my
exactly.
dagger.
That's what I was about to say.
Handle first.
No, you're nowhere ready.
Oh, I'm not eating any of that.
I'll cut it with my teeth and then latch into it. But I also want to see if there's any aspect of corruption in it.
This is easier, but all right. Just put the blade back in.
Is
So-
it really?
So you're killing it with your teeth?
Yeah. I'm just
Wait,
eating
or
it
does your
raw.
snare kill the animal?
No,
Does it just catch it, or does it kill it?
Depends, I guess, on where it gets it. If it gets it in the
I
leg, it'll still be
can break
alive.
his
But if
I
it
can
gets
break
it-
his neck and then
Okay.
cut it open because I want to use the pelt too, but also eat the innards out
Okay.
for some sustenance.
Okay.
Deliver,
But,
Dale, deliver.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I mean, I want
did
to see
you
if
want
there's any
us-
corruption in the
Oh.
animals in this area.
Right.
You see
There
what I'm
can
saying?
be, depending on where we are, but this seems pretty clean.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do we lose a ration for yesterday night then?
Yes. All of you would lose 1 ration. You've captured a rabbit, which would earn you probably another person a day's rations. Maybe 2 of you a day's ration. And I mean, that is if Shig shares it. If Shig doesn't
Go right
share
ahead.
it,
No,
yeah.
No,
I'll
it's
be-
all
I'll be-
Shig. She can have it. It's fine.
dig in.
Shig in.
Didn't even
So,
cook it.
but yes, everybody would use a ration now. So that, and you've lost really what should have taken you a day to get to this ruin. You've now lost a day.
Mhm.
So now she's around the top. She whistles to Vicamir and motions up onto the berm with her.
Okay. So I'll go and I'll try and climb up and get to
Okay.
the top with her.
She unfurls the map and she shows it with you and she points and then makes eye contact to you to see if maybe if you're in agreement with where she thinks you're supposed to go from here.
Okay.
And then
Um,
we need to make those bushcraft checks again, both of you with advantage.
Okay. Let's see.
Am I rolling again?
You can. It's up to
So
you.
with the advantage, it gives me a +2, right?
Yeah, to your actual attribute. Yep, because
Okay.
you have a map.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Successful.
She rolled
Okay.
a 12. I don't know if that's good or not.
Yes, that gets it for her too. So with both of you, so now we're going to use my written expedition rule. So now what I need you to do is roll the D20, adding a advantage to a D20. This is actually a roll on my expedition table that I've written for the game.
Okay. And
So you need to roll a D20 and add +2 to it. I'm sorry, that's you, Justin, if I didn't make that clear. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's okay. So just a D20 +2.
+2.
Okay. What's the stat? Just
No stat. This is on the table. This is
Oh,
on my
okay.
expedition table to see
okay.
where
So okay. So I'm just rolling a D20. I got a 13 +2
So-
is 15.
15. Sweet. So on my expedition table, written for this adventure. All right. So as you move through, again, midday, about midday, you know this because now the sun is at its height. It's coming directly down through the trees.
Mhm.
You burst into an open, and you find shorter trees and lots of ground overgrowth, but exposing some old walls and a evidence that there is a ruin here. However, nothing stands taller than 8 feet. These old stones, there's like an old dilapidated wall that's overgrown, and you're now standing in this open where there's lower trees, great overgrowth, and you're seeing what used to be maybe had been cleared for something that was here. Something had been built here. It's like this was a clearing that was probably like an estate or a settlement of some kind, and none of the actual stones and ruins here are over 8 feet tall. And you're looking at this ruin.
Okay. Is there any more evidence other than just the ruin that something might have been here as well? Like, are we seeing footprints or like arrow shafts or anything like that?
Yeah, you're not seeing any evidence that any other expeditions have even stumbled across this. You guys have stumbled across. There's no mounds where somebody's been digging or excavating. The overgrowth has not been cut back from any of the stones. It looks as if you found a ruin that is unmarred as of yet.
Okay. Also, this is also not the one on our map because that one's it's another day away, right? Another day
No,
now.
you know. I'm sorry, I didn't make this clear. You know, the one you're going to was described by the investigator. I totally forgot to tell you this, that it's a giant pillar that stands 80 feet out of the ground. So you know where you're
we
going.
missed that, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So no, you know this is not. This is not the
isn't
road
it.
you're heading.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I should have made that clear in the conversation.
Okay. All right. So this is actually a new ruin, undiscovered. Might actually have something here. I don't know. Is there any kind of writing or anything on any of the stonework, like any runes or anything like that?
Well, not that you would probably make out. Do you have Lore Master? Do you have a Lore
I
Master?
don't have Lore Master. No.
Okay, so nothing that you would make out. Nothing that you recognize as barbarian clan markings. There might be some etchings that are elven in that you may be aware of, especially the barbarian. You might recognize that looks elven.
Okay, that may put me a little bit on high alert as I kind of look towards the trees.
Right.
I'm like, okay, that might not be good.
Right.
Yeah.
Gao. We need to ask her. Yeah.
Yeah. Gao begins to take out a pickaxe and a shovel, and she starts, going to the larger stones, and she looks at all of you and says, "Well, we're here," and she starts digging, excavating.
Well, I was going to say, well, hold on there for a moment. If we're not able to easily access what might be here, it may be best just to label this on the map and continue going to the location that we know for sure could possibly have something. And we could come back to this later, maybe as our extended contract once we've proven ourselves.
Yeah, because you've already lost 1 day.
Yeah. Like
on the journey. You're midday. So that's up to you guys. If that's what you want to do, she'll mark it on the map and she'll pack up the gear.
Well, I mean, we're a group here. I mean, we kind of have a diplomatic or a democratic process here. But I vote we mark it and move on.
Yeah, mark and move.
This is not going to fulfill our contract. The doing.
Okay, yeah. So Shake's got the right idea too. We won't fulfill the contract to dump everything here.
Okay.
So we'll go and we'll move. So I'll go over to the map. Make sure.
Remember, you found a small ruin. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys will actually have some information about that for the next expedition. All right. She then continues. You guys made the great. So we need to make another expedition roll. This one, though, again, die 20 with advantage. You've already made your bush check. You're on the right path. You just need to make another expedition roll, sir, on my table.
Okay.
Add 2.
So 6 plus 2, that'll be an 8.
Okay. Okay. So as you travel through, again, you're coming near the end of the first day. And Malleus, you spot it first. Just the nature of your soldiering, the nature of your history, you spot out of the corner of your eye movement in the trees, and as you focus in on that, you see it's a group marching basically towards you.
A group of what?
You can't tell yet, but there's probably 6 of them, and they're moving. They are definitely moving towards you. They have spotted your movement. They're headed towards you, but you can't at this distance make out exactly what they're garbed in or what they're about. But,
okay.
They are marching. Are
they in just
they
a
are
ragtag?
Moving in no, they're moving in a military type way.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give a low whistle and point so that
are they marching or are they just moving? Like, are they
marching?
No,
they're moving, but I mean they're in like a formation and they're coming toward you.
Okay.
They've clearly You might even see in a distance one of them wave toward you, trying to get your attention. She immediately changes into a wolf and is standing next to Midnight.
Okay.
I try to try to find a tree to where I can scamper up and find purchase in to get a better view and radio down to the guys.
So up a tree. So how do you want to respond back, Malleus? As you've seen them, they've seen you. You see one of them kind of like they want your attention. How do you want to present yourself?
We can stop our progress. And I'll wait until maybe they get within like maybe 30 yards or so, and then hail them and ask them to identify themselves.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay well enough back away from them, and just kind of have like Midnight right beside me and just kind of hold the back of her head, because I know that these guys might get a little bit jumpy if they see this massive wolf kind of just walking around with us. So
and they close. You hail him, and they slow. He signals with his hands as they break formation, kind of spread out, and they wait for a signal. He approaches about another 10 yards, and he says, "We are the Queen's Rangers," and you now can see they're wearing the Queen's garb. They are Queen's Rangers.
Okay.
And we must see your papers.
Okay. I will nod, and turning to the other guys, I'll just put my hand up, and then I'll walk up to them. This is a good thing, I have no reason to fear them. Actually, good to see them. Maybe we can get some information from them. So I'll present them my paper.
He unfolds it, looks, eyeballs you. He said, "So you are headed northwest." And he looks about. He goes, he asks his men to inspect your baggage. He's looking for firewood, looking for collection, because there's no add-ons here. So he says, they're going through your luggage, basically, making sure you have it right, that you're not doing any. They're like cops, right?
Yeah.
He rolls it up and he says, "So your business, you are obviously out here to find your
treasure hunters."
Yes. So he tells you, you must be very careful. We have word about the Iron Pact. They have been seen in this area.
I say respectfully, do we have the rights to defend ourselves if we are set upon by this Iron Pact?
Yes. You have to, or they'll kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the time we notice they're probably around, we'll probably be dead anyways.
Yeah. He said, he basically tells you, you have to defend yourself, because they're not going to take you hostage. They'll kill you.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask him directly?
I would say that I'll ask him specifically, were there any other treasure hunters wounded by them or killed by them? How did you
we came across a campsite one day south, directly east of here. They had slaughtered 4.
Ooh,
and we know they are a group of early summer elves. We know who they are. We collected arrows. They have definitely caught one group and slaughtered them out here.
Okay. No, that's really all I would want to know. Do you know roughly how large of a group it is?
That's harder to say. There were a few arrows, very well delivered. I wouldn't say more than 4.
Okay.
There weren't a lot of arrows. It wasn't like there was a mass of, but they were clearly gifted in their archery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If the other guys hadn't heard this, I'll make sure I relay this information to them, unless they wish to speak to these rangers themselves.
And Shig, you watch them from your tree. They're really they're very polite. I mean, they're not this is what they do. They go through the luggage and everything. They don't do anything weird. None of the guys from your vantage point. However, you can't tell if they even knew you were up there. But you're not certain, right? They may just be ignoring you. But Shig, this is you don't see anything untoward here in the way they go about their business.
Yeah, well, I'll stay low profile until they leave and scamper down.
He tells you his name is Ambrose.
Ambrose. Okay.
I am Captain Ambrose.
Okay.
And he says, maybe he recognizes a former military man. Maybe your weapon or something might be former military. I don't know, Dave, but
I don't know. I'll honestly, I'll have to think about what would make sense. Whether it's a maybe the style of wearing the weaponry, maybe, or
demeanor,
something like
or the way
that.
you carry
Yeah,
yourself,
could
maybe.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't try to hide it at all.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
you just get
like
the
your
feeling that
armor.
The way,
Your
yeah,
armor is set in like ranger
Right.
fashion
Maybe
or
there you go.
queen's
Yeah.
queen's fashion, right?
yeah,
So-
you just get the sense that he respects you as a former soldier. He seems to, get
then
you know,
I'll
you were
give
probably
him
former military,
I'll give him a salute, respectfully of his station,
right?
and I'll say I'll let him know that I'm formerly of the Queen's Army, and we appreciate this warning.
Yeah. So he basically makes note, gives you his name and tells you if you have any issues, you can always ask for me at one of the rangers' quarters if you ever, and then he
Nice.
reminds you of your limitations of your travel expedition permit. Just reminds you have so many days here left in the Davokar as it's dated when you left for the bright Davokar, and he reminds you don't collect firewood and we don't want to have to fine you, right?
Wow.
Right. So it's kind of like being pulled over by a cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
literally
to
force
some
rangers.
degree, but they're
Okay.
doing their job, right? They're keeping their wardens, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And they then dismiss, and they form up back into formation, but only after they get about 50 yards from you. Right.
Okay.
They don't they stay in kind of a tactical spread formation until they get far enough away, and then they kind of close ranks again. And they're moving slowly, but so they're clearly marching through here looking for expeditions and doing their job, etc. Right.
Okay, I get out of the tree and go up to Malice and
Okay.
I double check with you, Malice, that they are the Iron Pact at the ruins.
He didn't say specifically that they were at our destination, but from his warning, I would definitely say that they could easily be within a day's distance of us at any time, generally speaking. So we really need to be on our guard from this point onward.
So it's usually always wise to assume that the Iron Pact is everywhere.
Is everywhere anyway. Yeah. Well, we know they're everywhere now. Yeah.
Well, what I do as I say this, I squat down on the ground and I start making, drawing my finger through the leaves and the dirt on the ground. And I said, I could find out. And I put the dirt that's on my hands in that I smeared across my face, whatever. So I would want to cast, if we got an hour, I would cast the fortune telling.
Yeah.
And see if
Okay.
the Iron Pact is around that area.
As you begin this process, Gao in wolf form whimpers and whines and kind of moves away. Right? She doesn't know what the hell you're about to do, right? So she stays in wolf form and kind of whimpers and moans and gets away from you, gives you a wide berth as you begin this process. So this entitles you to a simple yes/no question, Del.
Yeah,
as you commute.
Mine's going to go back up in my
Right,
head.
and I
Y'all hear me?
believe you earn a corruption point for this, correct?
Oh, boy.
Justin, is that right?
He rolls a D4 and gains that much corruption.
That's right. So you
Oh,
need to
boy.
make that's right, D4. And it's I don't
Okay.
believe it's temporary, right? This is
It's only
this is-
temporary, so
it
that
is
means
temporary.
after the scene, he gets cleared back to 0. So
Oh,
right,
okay.
right. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll stay down there after I do that and I smear like the dirt on my face.
Okay.
And it looks like my eyes will pop open. They'll roll back in my head. I go into some kind of
okay,
a
so with
trance
that, so now that I know that the
One way.
Iron Pact is actually possible. Sorry for interrupting you, Del.
Yeah.
Just while you're doing this and you're preparing this ritual, what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is I'm going to actually grab my bow and just go ahead and make sure that the drawstring is latched on securely. And I'm just going to kind of look at the tree line and grab an arrow
Be
just kind of
prepared.
be at the ready just in
Yeah.
case.
Okay.
Scan. And this is going to take a little while I do it, but y'all
Yeah.
hear me kind of freeze
Well,
up
that-
and lock up and be sputtering incoherently words out. And then after it's done, my eyes will flip back open and I'll open up and give the answer that you're about to give me, Jesse.
What's the question?
yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I said earlier, if the Iron Pack is in that location where the ruin is, basically.
So yeah, so as you're meditating, you've said the what you say, and as suddenly you narrow and you're moving through the trees and stop directly at the pillar. This is all in your head, foreshadowing, and it's this fuzzy, but the pillar, you see this 80-foot stone pillar rising, and it in through a cave mouth and through the pillar has an indoor stairwell up the stairwell, and you see two iron-packed elves walking up the stairs through to the top of the pillar. Yes, there is
Okay,
iron packed. According to this point in time vision, there is iron packed at the pillar.
Yeah, my eyes flap open and I say that, and I say it with fear as it grips me. And then I'll relay that information about what we're looking at here.
Okay. And so you're suddenly sucked back into your body, eyes fly open. The iron pact is at the pillar, right? Okay. So you guys are now aware of this. She shape changes back. She's pacing in circles, shaking her head, not talking as she paces around. Again, you haven't spotted on her any kind of weapons. That doesn't mean she has something hidden under her gown, but she's
Also,
not.
yeah.
She doesn't appear to be somebody interested in tangling. But you got the feeling she's a veteran guide, but maybe not somebody who likes to tangle with,
Well, you can never assume.
right.
Either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she may be well able, but not wanting to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now again, we're at midday when the Queen's Rangers cut you off. They've investigated you. They've cleared you guys to keep on your business. You have roughly half a day left travel. You know that half day it's got to be close around here.
Yeah.
Because you were only a day outside of Blackmore to get to this ruin. You got lost for a day. You got back on track. So it's conceivable you can find that ruin some way around here in the next few hours.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I would say that we should press forward at this point. Try and be as extra cautious as we can. But
okay.
If there's any way for me to relay distance with my vision, the vision that I had,
the ritual took half the time. Normally it takes you about an hour to get some kind of vision. This happened in 30 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right. So Shig, you would know that the probably it's a fairly close proximity.
Oh yeah, and if the canopy isn't dense, that could be, if they're at that kind of a height, they could see they could see our approach for a good while, and probably more outside of the area too.
Right.
So anyway, I immediately go into a fearful tremble as I come out of that. So
okay. Again, as she shakes her head, frowning, she'll sidle up to you, Vicamir, because she's kind of respects you as a bushcraft. You share many of the same. You're clearly a barbarian. She's been impressed with your camp, how you discovered a good place to camp, and she basically whispers to you, "This is if the goblin is right, this is more dangerous than I anticipated."
In all honesty, I assumed it was going to be the most dangerous regardless. But I say that we press on. I mean, we really need to get this work. Hopefully the elves will be gone by the time we get there. But
okay.
If not, I mean, we'll be dead before we have the chance to do anything. So.
All right. So she frowns and then she nods, and she'll lead the way. But now she slows her pace. She's moving a lot more cautiously. She seems to be there's a trepidation now in everything she does, and it's slowing you down. Now you can continue to let her lead you, or you can.
I was going to say, if we get a rough guess where we're supposed to go, we could probably take stints of like going ahead and scouting.
Okay.
If that were the case.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reluctant myself. I'm half inclined to go back to the other ruin and search it.
Now we need a
And-
die 4 check for your corruption there, Del.
That was 3. I threw a
3. Okay, and that will in the next scene be erased. So right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now,
as you move,
did that go above your threshold or meet your threshold at all?
I
That
think
didn't meet it. My
That would
threshold
meet
is-
it?
Well,
Okay.
my permanent says 3, so that's
no.
my
So you're at
threshold.
7. 3 and
Total.
3, 6. You're at 6. Your threshold's
total.
8. So if you hit 8, you're going to end up with a
Gotcha.
stigma, basically.
Yeah,
right?
and the stigma itself is also temporary, but
Oh,
usually
okay.
it's a reflection on the darker you.
Right.
So
right.
whether your skin becomes pale or your hair begins to float like you're underwater or your teeth become black or whatever.
or foul breath, like
Yeah.
Blacker. Yeah.
So
Or
we
your
get something weird
teeth
like that.
straighten up and become pearly white. You know.
No, I filed them things down purposely.
right?
Yeah.
Like an actor who finally got the gig, right? It's like they're all of a sudden their hair's fixed, their teeth are fixed.
If I really described him to y'all, but I'm gonna do it over a period of time.
So you're going to rotate leaders of this expedition now, Vicamir? Is that what you're kind of conducting?
Vicamir's willing to, yeah.
Okay. And about because of her slow crawl for a while until you kind of take charge and give her a break where she can settle between you and feel a little more secure. It's about 4 hours. You're getting into late afternoon, and you break through, and you see now. Now again, I've got this on roll 20. I've just drew a hand sketch. Let me pull this up. You guys may have even looked at the pages, right? It's not pretty. It's hand drawn. I'm a horrible artist, but as you come through the trees, you see this 80-foot pillar. Can you see that, gentlemen, or do I have it blocked out? Or
No, I don't see anything yet.
Now are you moving us to a different page, or are you putting this picture?
Oh,
on
I got it. That's right. I got to put
Yeah.
you on that.
You got to
You
move
gotta
that
put
little
me.
player
Sorry.
ribbon to the
There
side.
we go. There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
You
there
should
we
have put
go.
that on the refrigerator.
Yeah. So as you come through the trees, it's actually difficult to spot if you didn't know what you were looking for because it's so covered in overgrowth and vines that it actually looks like one of these trees slightly toppled.
I got it. Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Got it. Yep.
And you
I
see
got it.
That's the light bulb going off.
Yeah, I got it.
What did you think it was?
Well, I wasn't sure if it was a
top down,
horizontal, or top down. Yeah, eye view or top down.
Oh no. So, yeah, you're looking like you're standing as you come out of the trees, right?
And as soon as you said it, it would look like maybe a toppled tree. I said, okay,
Right.
I got it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And at the top is a hole in the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, all around are evidence of old campsites, and you see mounds where there have been people here excavating. To the left of the pillar at the base is a cave entrance.
Mm-hmm.
As you look about, everybody give me a vigilance check here.
Okay.
And it's tilted at it's about 80 feet high, and it's tilted to 80 degrees.
No mods, just straight check.
No, this is actually at, I think it's at even. Let me double
Okay.
check my rules. No,
Okay.
it's -4, gentlemen. It's hard.
Oh, I
Sorry.
still did
Jeez, no, I did not succeed.
I did it.
Okay. Del, did you roll? -4 to your vigilance. Did I lose Del? I can't see.
Sorry, I did not.
He's sometimes muted. Yeah.
Not if.
Oh, you failed. Okay, so Malleus, you see, as you're standing there, going, "Oh yes, look, it's not a tree. It's the pillar. It's the actual," and you see this glimmer in the vines. You see a reflection from the dark hole.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a glimmer, a brief reflection from the hole in the top of the pillar up at about 70 feet.
Oh wow!
And
That's huge.
as you work your eyes down the pillar, you see something slowly twist and move among the vines.
When you say something about, can I gauge roughly how large of a something?
Yeah, it's
if I know
you see mostly the leaves and the vines move as it moves. Let's make a cunning check real quick, and this would be now with a advantage +2 to your attribute because you've seen it. You just don't. Now you're trying to make out what it is.
Okay, cunning +2. see, what did I do? No, oh my God, that's a 20 roll.
Yeah, we don't play
Natural
with
20.
fumbles, Lucky, right? No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you now, honestly, now you're going. Did I? Is that the wind? Did I
Okay.
actually see something?
Okay.
You lose it as quick as you see it. You lose it. You know, maybe that
Okay.
my mind's playing tricks on me.
I will just note the glimmer at
Yep.
the top portion, but I will say nothing about the movement because I think my eyes are just playing tricks
Okay.
on me. So I'll say there's a sheen or a reflection up
Okay.
at the top of that pillar. Maybe the elves are still here.
And there are mounds where there people have been camping here. So this, unfortunately, this ruin was discovered.
It's already been
And
looted,
there's been a
probably.
lot of excavations. You do see a cave mouth at the left side base of the pillar. And there's a couple of and the back side of the pillar, you can see it from here. You're probably 25 yards from the pillar, but you can see on the back side of the pillar a large mound that's just kind of sticking out from the back side of the pillar. I'm not going to draw it here on the map, but there would be a large mound that's showing up behind the pillar right back there. Okay.
Rigel might have gambled and lost on this one. It seems like there's been many expeditions here already.
Yeah, but if that was the case, why are the elves here?
No, you know more. You seem to know more about them than any of us. What do you think?
I don't know. It could be just maybe it's an outpost. Maybe not an outpost, but maybe it is a trap. Maybe they just try and leak this information to people to kind of get them out here to thin the herd, as it would, of treasure hunters. But still, we got to check it. We got to find out if this place does hold anything.
Malleus has his weapons drawn at this point, and he gestures to Gao.
Okay.
And he says, "Are any of these previous expeditions outfitted by Rigel?"
She walks among some of the mounds. She'll walk over to where they've done digging holes. She'll go around the mounds. She moves in circles, kind of through all of this, looking at the pillar and looking about the camps. She kicks the camps a couple of times. She looks up, frowns, and shakes her head. I don't see any evidence that this would be any of Rigel's but I mean, it's hard for her to say, but she doesn't see any evidence like pots, pans, gear, pickaxes, shovels, nothing that looks like it's and if you have looked, and I don't know if you have, to be honest with you, at the gear they've supplied you with, because you didn't excavate at the last site. But she basically tells you that any of his gear has the etching painted in gold of RK on his shovels and his pickaxes. I mean, dude, he's like a corporation, right?
Right.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do is there any way to get closer to get a better look at what might be up there?
I mean, yeah, the closer you walk to the pillar, obviously the less angle you have on the glimmer, because the closer you get, the more overgrowth, and so there's like a perfect angle in which you can get up and kind of squint. Whatever it is that's reflecting light is not moving.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's like something's up there reflecting sunlight. It's not moved at all.
Okay.
So I guess this is just a group. I guess this is just a hero huddle at this point. So do you think that maybe we should approach the pillar at this point? Like just go ahead and just walk right to it?
Well, what other option do we have? They've obviously, or if there's anyone up there, they've seen us already.
Yeah.
You know,
can you send your wolf in?
There you go.
Area?
There you go.
I'm not going to risk her going in alone. No, that's not an option. I could go in myself.
Or maybe
I could. Well, no, I have the power to turn into an animal myself and approach the cave not as a man but as a beast.
So you can fly up there?
No, I could climb, but I wouldn't be.
Yeah,
able
there's
to fly.
plenty of. There is no doubt you could climb this. The vines hang, heavy overgrowth. Somebody could climb this.
So, just in case, so Malice, are you trained? Like, you can use a bow, right? If you had to.
I don't know. Can I?
Yeah.
Does that work?
No proficiency.
Yeah,
there is no proficiency. Okay,
no.
Sure.
So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I'll take my quiver off and I'll give him basically this blackened bow, barbarian made, and kind of.
Is that that's based off of accurate as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll say yes. I'm quite proficient. with the
All
bow.
right, just cover me in case something fires at range because we don't know what it is. And so what I'll
Okay.
do is I'll kind of just go ahead and kind of sit, kind of cross-legged and cross my arms,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of being again like mumbling and chanting. And then I'm going to try and see if I can take the form of a combat useless animal.
Okay.
Let's go with a red-tailed squirrel.
Nice. Oh, the last time Dell changed into a squirrel, it was ugly.
Was it? Uh-oh. Okay.
He ended up losing a leg.
Okay, so that is a failure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Holy cow, you got, oh my land.
Okay.
No fumbles, fortunately. So you turn yourself into a black mamba squirrel like Dell
Yeah.
did.
I
No,
love it.
I'm kidding.
Okay. No, so I guess the magic just fails then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would, I think, for me, I see this as Vikamir's too unsettled. There's just too much on his mind to focus, right?
Okay.
That's the way I see it. Maybe
Mhm.
Vikamir's preoccupied with some fear and danger here. He can't quite get his focus. I wouldn't say you failed. You just can't quite concentrate, right? That's
Makes
how
sense.
I see it. But you describe it, right?
Yeah, so you just kind of see me sitting there, and I'll just be like, apparently the gods don't want it to work today.
Yeah. And at some point, Midnight comes up and smells your shoulder and head and whines and whimpers. She knows you're trying to do something, right?
She's like, it's okay. It'll work when it wants to work.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll just go with plan B, and I'll just walk
That's
up
it?
to it as a man.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Now,
Okay.
we have a temporary corruption here, right?
I do. I took one.
Okay, good. One. All right. Because that,
Yeah.
again, won't erase until the end of scene. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll have it until whenever we're away from the pillar is what I'm assuming, until something changes.
Yep. So if you're going to climb it yourself, you're looking at it's almost 70 feet climb.
That's pretty.
That's going to take
dangerous.
a couple of turns, but you're going to have an advantage because this thing is so overgrown. It's not a question of can you climb it. It's just a question of how long it's going to take you.
Okay.
If you want to take your time, I'm not going to make you roll.
Okay. I'm going to take my time. I'm not
Okay.
going to rush it. Yeah.
Okay. Amelius, what are you doing? You're just keeping an eyeball on
Yeah, I'll string the bow and kind of I was kind of just flexing the drawstring as he was meditating or whatever he was
Right.
doing.
Right.
And then once I guess he's decided that he's gonna climb up to the top, I will knock an arrow and then just keep a bead on him.
Okay.
And I'll look at those vines and I'm like, I really don't think I saw anything.
Yeah. All right. And Dell, what are you doing? What is Shig doing while the barbarian starts his climb?
She's going to find her guide. And I'm quite surprised that when I see him out the corner of my eye, whenever he's just walking up as a man,
Right.
or as a self. And I curse under my breath. I don't send a curse to anywhere in particular, but I'm trying to find her to see if she'll shape change and, and divine who is up there. If there's something, we see something up there.
So are you asking her to do something or?
Yeah, that's what I got to find her and ask her.
Yeah, she's still standing among the mounds of excavated stuff around the old campsite where she answered Malleus's question.
Well, yeah, I'm slipping up to her.
Yeah.
And I'll say that spitefully, and then point gesture toward him. And if she can.
So she kind of shape changes into you briefly. You recognize she's suddenly a male goblin and then back.
Yeah.
She shakes her head, and she begins to back away, saying, I will set camp. I will prepare camp.
And leave him to his doom. And then I gesture toward that and give it a harump and turn around and
she pulls up her robes and makes you totally aware she's without weapons, without armor. I am not here to fight your battles.
All we need you to do is take flight or climb to the top. Let us know what's up there.
She frowns.
Can I
That's
persuade
great.
her?
Can changelings take flight? That's a great question.
The only thing
I
a
didn't
changeling
think
can do is it can look like different humanoids usually. It doesn't usually take the form of animals.
Right.
But they can look like different people because
Sure.
that's what they were used for.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So,
Yes.
Because most changelings don't know they're changelings until they're
Yeah.
adults.
they
until they're an adult.
Yeah.
She can look,
and then
she
they
can
change
look like
and
an
they
elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
does.
can. Yeah,
Her
she
skin
can,
is very pallid, though. They look almost
Yep.
like they're undead and very blank faced.
Right.
They don't have a
Yeah,
lot of
no
outgoing
expressions.
Yeah,
intrinsic-
yeah, but
Right.
it would be a less of a change for her to look like one of the Iron. What is it called? The Iron Guard.
Yeah.
Iron.
Yeah, she could look. Yeah, if she wanted to, she could look like an elf and
Okay.
walk around if she could.
Yeah,
Are you?
that's what I
Are
would
you,
suggest. Yeah,
She
are
needs
you?
to
So
see
you're
one.
asking her to take the shape of an elf?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she steps back away from you and shakes her head, but then you see her slowly form into an elf. And again, yeah, even what she has seen of the Iron Guard, their armor, maybe. So
Yeah.
suddenly she looks like she's wearing their armor, and
So as I'm climbing the pillar and I'm looking over.
I know.
right. Right. So
Yeah.
we need now for Malleus
Mhm.
to make a vigilance check.
Okay, I'm trying to.
At let me double check while
See
you're
if I see
watching on. We need you to make a vigilance check. Let me find it here. Shoot, I can't find the number. It is a vigilant check of minus.
Oh boy.
No, at +2.
Oh.
And you need to make a vigilant check as well as you climb the vines, barbarian.
Okay, and am I just making it straight?
With +2.
No.
+2.
Failure.
Wow, Malleus, I can't believe it.
Yeah, me neither.
I got a success at 2.
Okay, so what that does is avoids surprise for you, barbarian. As you now see, as you're reaching and pulling yourself, and out of the corner of your eye, you see the movement now coming, unwinding down the vine along the pillar towards you, probably on you in the next turn. And you can make out its eyes and its fangs. This is a Canaran serpent,
Ooh.
probably 12 feet long.
Ooh.
And it'll get to you. Did not surprise you. Fortunately, you spotted it. Now, Malleus did not see it, even though he's aware something. He saw something up there at some point. It just didn't still come through to him. So it must be too close to the pillar under the vines. But you see it as you're in the vines, right, coming down the pillar toward you.
Okay, so taking a look at the vines, there's nothing I can do. Like, there's no sticks or anything like that I can.
Well, you could certainly draw a hand weapon or something and hang on with one hand. You've got footholds. I mean, this stuff's gnarly. I mean, you could probably get your feet are probably on the vines. You've got a good grip. So you could draw a weapon, I think, in this turn, a free action, right?
Okay. The thing is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and see if I can kick it off. If that's possible, just to get it off the friggin' pillar. If that's
gonna fall on me.
Right. And she's headed toward the cave mouth. When you tell her to turn into an elf, she starts walking toward that cave mouth at the bottom of the pillar.
I wanted her to descend the tower and let us know what's
okay. So
I didn't know that. So you want her to start climbing?
No, I mean the cave mouth. I look at that as the entrance to it. You know what I mean? Because out in my
that's where
vision,
she's
they were
headed.
inside of it.
Okay.
You know.
So you want her to go to the cave mouth or climb it?
No, I want her to go inside of it and see if there are stationed.
Okay. Well, matter of fact, technically in this game, you guys should run the NPC. So who wants to take charge of her?
Well, why don't you go ahead and
technically, that's what you're supposed to do.
Do you want to go ahead and do it, Del?
So you just take control of her, Del.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, she'll walk over there and look inside the cave wall, which I took for the entrance, you know.
Okay, so if I see her kind of walking out into the open, making her way to the pillar, I'm going to ask Midnight to,
right,
kind of, protect her, make sure she's okay, or give her an early warning. So then she'll
so
kind of...
Midnight's right on her hill with her. Okay, so let's make, so again, unfortunately, David didn't see it. Shig's not aware of it. She's not aware of it. Midnight is not yet aware of it. So we've got a first round here between Vicamir. So what's your quickness, sir, to set the initiative for round one?
I have my sheet open yet. My quick is 10.
Okay. Let's pull up this Canaran serpent.
So they both saw her change basically into the elf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not. I would assume that
Alright.
a lot of that was simultaneous. You probably asked her to do that while he was preparing to climb,
Yeah.
right? We did it in turns, but it makes sense that this would have been a conversation. Probably everybody would have.
He just started off on his run to do that.
So
But we
it's-
would only know her by the clothing that she has on.
Ooh,
So if she
it's-
changes that,
Yep.
good luck. So
So its quickness is 14.
nice.
So it's gonna, yeah, it'll go before me.
yeah, it's going to get to you first. Okay, so it is going to. All right, so as this thing slithers down, it's like the time you see it, it's on you so fast.
Yeah.
And it is attempting to basically entangle you. It's going to wrap itself around you.
It's a constrictor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty serious constrictor as well. So we need to
Okay.
make that roll.
Okay, so I gotta make a quick roll against its accurate. Usually, unless it's got a special ability, it is to making this attack.
So you got to
well, let's see
roll
here.
under its accurate.
No, its accurate is going to adjust my quick or my defense roll.
Ah, the difference down. Okay,
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Okay,
so let me go back here to. It does have acrobatics at master level. So let me look this up.
Okay, no.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. Jeez. Okay, so if it does encircle you, it'll use you as a shield
Oh,
against
wow.
other attacks.
That makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so it is your it's attack. It's trying to entangle you here. So
Not good.
again,
Okay,
its
so
accurate is +5 to your defense.
oh, it's slow.
Well, it's not very. I mean, it's not very.
So it has like a. So it must have. Well, no. So whatever its attack, it has a +5 penalty.
Correct.
So like it gives me. So it's going to give me against on my defense roll. It's going to give me a +5. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So your ability to get out of its way or to avoid it entangling you is pretty good.
Yep. Enemy misses. My tribute. Oh wait, yeah, +5. I roll an 11. Why is that? So that's
With
a
light
D10
armor, does the
plus
armor?
5
No.
+2, 10 +5 +2. No, that looks like that's wrong. It doesn't look like it applied the impede correctly.
So your impede. Are you wearing?
So it says so I'm wearing light. So it's impede
so it's
should be
-2.
-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a-
So
+3 difference. Is that what it is?
Right.
So you probably just put that in there. Just make your roll with the +3 modifier.
so the thing
and
is,
that's it.
well, here's the thing. I rolled an 11,
Yep.
and my
Uh-huh.
defense would be 15.
So you're under.
You're
So
good.
I'm
under.
under.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
under.
under.
Right.
Okay.
So it comes at you mouth open like it's gonna bite, and it dives its head and starts this process of trying to encircle you. And I don't know how you avoid it. Maybe push yourself away from the pillar, holding on as it kind of goes under you and
Mm.
doesn't quite get a foothold on your body or your torso.
Well, I was going to say what you can do is you can have it like it's on top of me. It
Sure.
slithers down quickly. I see that its head is back and ready for not exactly a strike, but it's going
Right.
to try and constrict me.
Right.
So what I'll do is I go for the desperate move and I'm like, whoop, and then I actually roll a little bit, slide off to the edge of the pillar,
Right,
kind of
right.
grabbing whatever loose vines I can, kind of stop myself as the thing kind of misses and I'm like looking down
Yeah.
like 70 feet to the ground. I'm like, ah,
Well, you're
crap.
not quite that high yet. Fortunately,
No.
you've only gone about 30 feet. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Okay,
still high.
that's still
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
but
I just
it-
kind of
now-
grab the other side, just kind of holding myself up.
Right. So now it's your turn, combat turn here.
Okay, so I'm gonna try.
And
see
you
if I can
guys
just
now
kick
see it. Shig, you look up as you see you hear the ruffling of the vines. You might hear the barbarian yell out as he almost falls free. Malleus, now you see it, unfortunately, as its body comes up out of the vines and tries to encircle him.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I knew I saw something.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Right. And of course, she is starting her climb and sees this, right?
Okay.
And she kind of freezes for a second.
Okay, so I'm
Okay,
gonna go
so
ahead
it's your
and
turn, Justin.
Use my accurate to kick it. So what is it?
Its
Quick.
defense is -4
Jesus.
to your
Minus
accuracy.
4. That's a bonus, right? It's fast.
It's good defense. Yeah, so
Okay,
it's taking
okay.
that away from your accurate. Yep.
I I still got a success.
Nice.
Nice. Now, what are you using? To
I'm
attack
using
it?
my boot.
He kicked
Okay.
it. Give it
That's
a boot.
1d4 damage, right?
It is not, because I'm natural warrior trained.
Oh, right.
I'm actually trained in
Right.
I guess it would be called Diaga like wrestling or martial arts.
Right. That's right. You have
So
a
what I
special
do is I
warrior,
just
yeah.
take it and I kind of run up and just slide my boot and just kind of kick it off to the side of its head,
Okay.
doing 4 damage.
Okay, and it's armor.
Yeah.
Okay. 4? Okay,
Yeah.
so you kick the snot out of this thing. You don't feel it budge or bend much. You don't realize it may look slimy and soft, but this sucker is it's like one long muscle.
Okay,
it doesn't.
then Midnight's gonna take her turn, kind of look up at the pillar and howl.
Okay.
So if that doesn't get their attention, because she sees exactly what's going on.
Right.
At this point.
Now, what?
Yeah.
So your intention of her howling? Is there an intent? What do you want? What do you want to happen with her?
So
howling?
the reason why I want her to howl is just to get the attention of I guess everybody else kind of sees at this point, right?
Mhm.
That I'm kind of in trouble and that there's something up here. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So she's howling and barking, basically, letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Or letting everybody know.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're back to the top of round 2. Now we're going to do quickness for everybody. Again, this thing's a 14. Anybody higher than 14?
Nope.
So it's going to be first. Let's see here. What's your quickness?
10
So
for me.
It's 14. You got 10. Okay.
Yeah.
She's got 13. Gao is 13. So I think she's second, right? Unless somebody's.
I got 13.
Oh, you do? Okay. So we'll
Mhm.
let you go, Malleus, before her because you're a PC. So
Also,
Dell, you're controlling Gao.
Midnight also has 13.
Okay. So
I don't think how what's the angle like on this pillar? Would Midnight be able to run up?
It's 80 degrees. That's a good question. I think 80 degrees, probably on the top side of the pillar, of course.
Okay. Well,
Crowd,
I'll wait.
the dog
So
can
she goes
crouch a
on
little
a 13. So we'll wait for her turn.
Okay. And then Dell, what is Shig? Gentlemen, are we okay on time? Are you guys okay?
We're
to keep going?
actually. Yeah, I'm fine to keep going, but we are already past 2 hours.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I just I didn't know if you guys wanted to stop hard.
Good.
Okay, because I'm good. Dell, you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay.
Shig, where's Shig at?
Well,
He's
she
10,
was at
right?
Shig's 10.
Okay, so the Canaran still goes first. The Canaran now missing you, headed down the pylon, missing you, is going to head down, further down the pillar. So you could get a free attack as it is going to move down the pillar toward the rest of these smaller, easier to kill creatures.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's decided the barbarian is maybe more than it wants right now.
Mhm.
So it's headed down the pillar. So it's moving out of combat. So you would get a free attack, Vicamir, on this creature as it's winding down the pillar toward the girl and toward Shig and toward the dog and or the wolf. Excuse me.
The dog. Whoa.
Well,
Don't
just
tell her that.
down the pillar. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So and that's at a -4, right?
Actually, I believe a free action is it advantage? I think it's advantage. So you're going to be a -2.
Okay.
Right.
I rolled a 6, so okay.
Yep.
And that's for max damage, 6. So I go
Oh,
ahead and I just go for another kick.
Okay. So you kick it, and this time you feel some of it give, and it hisses as it continues down the pillar again on its move.
Okay.
And
Yep,
you did some damage. You did do some damage that time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Malleus. Unless you want to let Gao or Midnight go first.
No, I'll draw the bow and test it, see how good this thing is, and
And
I'll
this
try
is
to.
technically this will be short range. It's only about 30 feet up the pillar.
Okay. So does that give me some kind of modifier being at short range?
Not really. I just wanted you to know. I don't think there's any range modifiers at all. But I just wanted you to know. Okay.
Okay. So it's accuracy versus what now? Minus.
It's -4
minus
as
4?
it's moving. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
You're not in melee, so there's no flee action against you, right?
Okay. All right, so accuracy -4 mod. Submit. And how did I do? A failure.
Oh.
Miss.
So
Okay.
it's moving. It's deceivingly quick. Although this thing is about 12 feet long, it's moving quicker than as it undulates down this, through the vines and moving through these vines and twisting. Hard to even tell you missed it, probably, in all this green and vegetation, right? Okay.
Malia scowls and looks at the bow and says, "This thing's it's off."
Okay.
All
right, Del.
So,
Del, you need to know she has no weapons, but she does have Strangler as one of her. So she doesn't carry weapons because she's a Strangler.
Oh wow.
She's a changeling with Strangler as her ability.
That's right up Dale's alley.
As this thing's slithering, she's going to be really in its path because she's on the pillar. She's really in its. She would be his next target. This snake, okay, but it is her go, Gal. And again, you can take a free action, you can move, or you can wait, you can delay action. Right? He's not to you yet, right?
Yeah,
but he'll be at you next turn.
Yeah, but I told her to go in there. So when she sees this and having no weapons and going up against a constrictor, she's going to duck inside there and try to take cover. And I'd be already screaming.
Wow.
Anyway.
So she does 1d6 per attack and ignores armor. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Del. You said she was waiting for it to come or get off the pillar, or
no? She's ducking inside the cave. It's at the base of the pillar, right? And the entrance is where she went into.
Oh, so you want her to?
When I left her, she had ducked in there. So either she's going to come out or stay in there. Okay. When she peeks out and sees what's coming, she's going to stick her head back in.
Gotcha. So when she turns to look down into this cave, it's a steep descent into utter darkness.
Oh wow. Okay.
So just so you know, she can't see the end of this tunnel from here. Right now she's kind of in the middle of light and dark, so it's even harder to see how much light, but it's black. It's like a black hole that goes pretty steep grade down.
She's going to catch herself and thinking maybe it's a pit or whatnot, but it'll be a hold action to wait to this, because anything she had is going to have to hit the ground. You know what I mean? Okay. She's going to have to wrangle it unexpectedly.
Okay.
So
now, did you still want Midnight going up the pillar?
Yeah, I think she's going to try and climb up and get this thing. She's noticeably worried at this point.
Okay. So she would meet it. If she goes on her move up, and as it's coming down, she'll meet it. So you would have an attack on this creature on this turn with Midnight.
Okay. So unfortunately, there's no section for companions or anything like that. So I guess I'll just use the dice roller.
I would just treat it like. Does it not have stats?
It does have stats. I have them written down. So her accuracy is 11, but you said it's -4, right?
Yes. Okay. So 7 for her, and then her damage if she hits.
Yeah. So.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's like a critical hit. Yeah. So okay, so
we're not playing with crits, but
I know we're not playing with it, but she does me proud. So she ends up doing only 1 damage to it.
Let's see.
Okay, so she runs up, charging on the pillar on all fours. You see she's scraping and digging into every single vine you see in there.
Yep.
And she kind of rushes up, and then she actually snaps her jaws right on the back of its head. She doesn't manage to lock it, but she manages to scratch the crap out of it.
Right, and it's aware. It's now got this wolf right on it, right? Okay, so Shig, it's your turn, sir. Round 2, end of round 2.
Well, I'd go kind of.
As a free action, you can curse it.
That's what I'm about to do, and that's what I was going to tell you how I was going to do it too, because I'm digging in deep. I'm getting out and I'm throwing excrement at it with cursing as it slings up toward me as it's rolling down, and I've got my flail in the other hand.
Who's excrement? I gotta know.
Shig's excrement.
Oh, Shig.
So he's flinging
Shig, right?
Yeah.
Now we know where he got his name.
He's getting Shig face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, he's slinging it forward right before he goes for the, and he's ready with his flail to hit. So that's going to be the curse before it lashes onto me. Right.
Okay, now the curse is a oh my god, it's a resolve roll versus its resolve.
It's
So yours-
resolute, right? It's resolute.
Resolute. I'm sorry, I call it resolve, but yes, resolute. Yep.
Okay.
Is my
and
resolute
it's-
versus this resolve or what?
Yeah, it's resolute, and its resolute score is a
Stop
+1.
it, Dale.
+1
So you're gonna get a +1 bonus on it there, Del.
to your actual resolute attribute. +1.
Okay.
Ah,
So I get 16. I made it.
Okay, now so what that
Passes.
means, as long as you maintain this, as long as you maintain this stare and you make this resolute check every turn, it will
Yeah.
be cursed.
oh wow.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's the
you're-
end of that. Now all of you need to make a cunning check at +2 for me
Cunning.
at the end of this
plus-
round.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, that curse was a free action. I still get the swing, right?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
so-
but it's 30 feet up the
Okay.
up the pillar.
Gotcha.
Do you want to move? Do you want to try to move up the pillar?
No. My whole thing is when it gets down there, I'm going to entice it toward me, so she can jump out
Okay.
and wrangle it.
Okay. All right. So before we go on to round 3, everybody make that cunning check for me. Let me know who succeeds.
Cunning +2. Did it.
Cunning +2. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got the old 2.
I succeeded.
Wow. So all of you during this, all of your senses are heightened as you're focused on this creature, and its head comes up against the wolf, mouth wide open, fangs. One of the fangs is broken off halfway, and there is a metal ring or something around that tooth. And it flashes bright,
yeah.
beautiful greenish gold.
Yeah.
And it's on one of its fangs, and one of its fangs has been broken off. And it's as it opens its maw with this wolf, you all see this gleam in its really stuck on its fang, right?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, round 3. The Canaran is going to engulf this wolf. Again, the wolf's defense +5.
Where is she? She's under my rituals and powers. I have to just keep on remembering that.
That's all right.
So her defense. So she's normally a 13. So she's
So
going to
8
add a -3 to whatever. Or no. So she's
Oh
going to
no,
defend,
+5.
right? Yeah,
So
that's
18
right.
and below, she dodges this creature's trying to.
Yeah, and I rolled a 6.
Okay, so the dog was able to scoot, whatever, somehow avoids this thing encircling it. All right, so it's Malleus again.
Okay, he'll do it again. He'll mumble a low curse under his breath, and he'll draw. And and what is it? -4.
Its
think it
defense
was-
is -4. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, is that disadvantage with the curse or what? Being applied for everybody?
No, it's a negative for the. So what happens is,
Mm-hmm.
if the creature succeeded in hitting the wolf, it would have to
Yeah.
roll again and take the worst roll.
Oh, okay. So it's
Gotcha.
So
disadvantage.
it's a double roll. The curse causes a double roll worst event, right?
okay.
Just meant for everybody or just me?
No, just
chick.
nope. You're
Malice,
you're
drop
cursing
the
the snake.
bow.
Yeah.
I miss. It's failure.
Okay. So
Okay.
another arrow. You hear it through the vines and clank off the stone. That one missed, right?
That twinkling
right.
that got in my eye and
Yeah.
kind of ruined my.
Yeah.
Like a lens flare.
Yeah, the sun is in your eyes, right?
No, that gem or that ring. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking
All
about.
right. So Gal, Del, we need to make a vigilant versus discreet for Gal in this tunnel, or standing at the top of this cave mouth. -5 from her vigilance.
Okay, what is her vigilance? Because I just rolled 5.
Her vigilance is 10.
So is that 10? Did I get it?
Yeah.
No, she's -5.
So yeah, because if her vigilance is 10, now it's 5. Del rolled a 5.
Oh,
That's what
yes,
I'm
she
asking.
did. So
You
she
just got it.
hears.
Yeah.
She literally at the last second hears something racing up that path,
Mm-hmm.
and Del, she hears a caterwaul from a creature behind her in the darkness coming
Oh
up that
no!
right.
Dang.
Yeah, that's not good.
So it's her go, but she's not been surprised by this thing. So you could, it's your turn to go. This thing has just entered combat and she's heard it. So it won't get a free surprise action on her.
Okay. She's going to run out of that and alert all of us. Is screaming, something's coming up the something's coming out of the mouth of the cave. You know what I mean?
So she's moving, and it won't get an attack on you. No free action because you're not yet engaged. If you had felt that, she would have surprised her from behind, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she races out and pointing and yelling back at the cave mouth. I'm assuming you guys kind of take that in. So midnight now. Midnight. Is she gonna do anything else?
I think she's gonna. Yeah, I think she's gonna go ahead and try for another attack. So again, it's 13, but you said that it's -4, so she has to get a 7 or better.
Yeah.
7 or under. That's a 12, so she ends up missing.
Okay.
Okay, so she goes to snap her jaws on it and misses.
Right. Arrows bouncing off the vines around her, right? Okay, we're at Shig. Shig, she's come out of the cave yelling, probably to you, because you are probably the two closest proximity.
Okay.
Something that might break my concentration with the snake at that point, right?
Now, it's a free action. You don't have to. You can make your resolution and still do other things.
Okay.
Unless you just want to end cursing it. But curse is a free action. So you could move, do something, and then curse it again. Right? I believe that's how the rule states it, right?
Yeah.
Well, this mound, I'm gonna get behind one of the mounds, move over real quick, gesture for her to come with me, or behind the other mound, right?
Okay.
So being like behind the mouth of the cave.
Right. So you're talking about
actually that's what I want to do. Run with her and grab her to get behind the mouth of the cave, so we can do that
Shig,
maybe in time.
So Shig, you're what, behind here? Whoops! No, I didn't want that. I want this. You're here, Shig. Can you see the map?
Yeah. I want to be behind that cave to drop on it whatever exits.
And where is Gao? Gao is here. Gao. She doesn't really. It's not really the right artwork for Gao, but she's with you. You want her to join you?
Oh yeah. I'm grabbing her, and that's going to be our main movement to get
all
prepped,
right.
and then I'll readdress myself.
I have the thing in the mouth of the cave right here.
Oh, geez.
And then we have the Canaran here basically midway down. Where's Vicamir? I should have been using this the whole time. Vicamir's hanging on here. And I don't have your dog. I didn't know you had the familiar. I mean, I knew you had it, but I forgot to make the dog. So we'll just use a troll for the dog right now, right? And then I'm assuming Malleus is basically, down here somewhere shooting at it, correct?
Yeah, I think so. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, now you want to be behind the mound or something?
I don't. Well, I guess I would kind of be like, as the map is kind of to the south of a little bit to the south of that.
Okay,
that's fine.
Like down here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Because you're right, yeah, kind of where we entered the scene at. That's
right.
fine.
You need to be in a beeline for the
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do, if the way she's screaming, my focus and intention is to curse whatever exits out of that hole. And
so you're changing your focus on the Okay, now that'll have to happen on your next free action on the next turn, as you haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, I was only going to do that if it was exiting at that moment.
Right.
But I can.
Right, but you won't know what it does until the next turn. Right, you don't know what it does until that next turn.
Well, I'll look back up at the snake and readdress that with my peripheral open to whatever's exiting.
Okay. All right.
I'll get back up there and see what's happening.
So,
and Vicamir, he still gets his turn, right?
Yes. Did I skip Vicamir?
You did, yeah, because you went straight. Because no, you didn't actually, because me and Shig go at the same time. We both go on a tap.
Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Yes, go ahead, Vicamir.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just try and do another swing and a kick on the thing to try and kick it off, I guess.
And
again, can I do
you are at advantage because technically it's fighting midnight. And
Yeah,
so
do we
technically
have
you're
it?
flanking it. So
Okay.
it's +2 advantage.
nice,
Right.
nice.
Yeah. So it's
Is-
technically flanked by both of you.
Okay, so I'm at advantage, adding 2.
Is there any limit?
Oh,
to
shoot.
the-
No, I meant to take away 2. Oh, wait, I would have rolled a 12. So I would have rolled a 12.
Well, it's
My
minus
attribute-
4, but you got +2 to your attribute.
So it's -2.
No, it would be -2. It would be 13. So I just got
You
it.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just got it, and I only do 1 damage to it.
Okay. Again, you're punching at it or kicking at it while the dog is fighting at it. And right now, it doesn't appear to be suffering much. It's so, the muscles of this giant serpent, this scaly armor is difficult to breach.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I think that finishes round 2, right? So
Yeah.
Malleus, we've got to check. This creature has a vigilant of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So the creature coming out of the cave has a vigilant of 10. It's tied with 3 of you. We've got Malleus. What's your vigilance? Because that's the tiebreaker for initiative.
Oh, 10. It's
Okay,
got a 13 quickness. Okay.
So then we need to roll. Then we need to roll a die 20, I believe, to break the
roll a-
tie,
Just
right?
roll a 20. Okay. You
And
say
I'll
so.
roll
Yeah.
a 20 to break this tie, and this sets it for the remainder of the fight.
Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. Hang on. Oops,
Okay, and
that
I
was
rolled a
D10.
3, so if you don't beat that, man, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
So
Yeah.
you'll go before this. Now, of course, we got to do this again.
Okay.
Gao has a vigilance of 10, so they're tied. So we need to make a roll, Del. Die 20 to break this tie with the creature coming out of the cave. Oh, I rolled an 18.
Okay, I have a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
For all our tiebreakers.
Oh wait, I rolled a 3, so I'm going to stick with my 3 roll for the tiebreaker.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, since we roll low for everything else, I would say in the future for all the tiebreakers low.
Oh.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Genius. Yes,
know?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. We should be
Just keep it
thinking
all the
low
same.
is good. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay.
All right. So both Midnight and now what's Midnight's vigilance?
So Midnight's Vigilance. Just close the character sheet.
If it's higher than 10, it'll go before this creature coming out of the cave.
Okay. Well, her so her quick is 10, and her vigil. Or wait, hold on, that's mine. Okay, so Midnight's quick is, I believe she's is 13. Yeah, her quick is 13, and her
Okay.
vigilance is 10.
Okay, so they're tied again. You got to make a roll. You got to beat 3.
jeez.
Just beat 3 to go before her.
There you go.
18.
There you go.
Okay, so Midnight will go before this other creature, and then I think that's it, right? We have Gao. You need to roll for Gao to beat 3, Del. Okay, so Gao goes before this creature coming out. Okay. Then we get to Shig. Then we get to Vicamir.
Wow.
So we've got another creature joining this fray. All right, so the Canaran now facing both the barbarian. No longer cursed, correct, Del? You didn't maintain the curse.
No, I wanted to, like I said, I get behind the mouth of the cave. On my peripheral, I'm paying attention to what's about to exit,
Okay.
and she's freaking out right beside me. And I
Okay.
look back up there to see how that fight's going, but I readdress the curse.
So make that resolute versus resolute to keep the curse on the snake. Because you're at the end of this turn, so you should be doing this now. Yeah.
Well, it's 13. The snake is flanked, so is that going to be any kind of?
No, not for the curse. It's resolution versus
for
resolution.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Hers is a plus, or hers. I keep saying hers. It is a +1. So whatever your
So-
resolution is, or your resolute score +1.
Yeah.
Resolute is 16, so I made it.
Oh, good. Okay, so you maintain the curse. All right. It again, trying to grab the smallest creature. It wants to crush the smallest creature and use it as a shield. It's
Mhm.
going after Midnight again. So make the roll against this Canaran serpent.
Okay, so her defense
It's got a
is-
+5. It's not
Canaran.
real adept at combat, but it is
Okay.
pretty adept in other ways.
Okay, you said that.
Yeah,
but
right.
But she gets a +5 bonus, so she has like an 18 in defense at this point. Oh,
Oh no.
Oh.
that's not good.
No.
Okay, so it oh my land. So it uses Strangler at the master level. So it's going to do, let me look up Strangler at the master level. It's going to do a certain amount of damage here, ignoring armor of the wolf. Wow.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Oh, because it's got master. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and all strangler ignores armor
Oh, does it? Oh,
because
okay.
they're strangling versus. I can't find the darn ability here real quick. Sorry, I don't have the page number for
All right.
strangler down.
Take time. Take time.
I need more bookmarks.
Suspense
you're
is
learning. Yeah.
All right. Shoot. It's here, I promise. I'm just missing it. There we go. So strangler, it does wow.
Uh-oh.
So it's going to do 1d6 ignoring armor, it looks like.
Okay.
And it'll maintain this in cunning versus cunning for every round.
Okay. So it's versing her cunning though, right? So her cunning is a 7, and then what is it?
Well, she's going to take damage of die 6 right now, no armor. But
Okay.
next round, it'll continue to strangle her at cunning versus cunning.
Okay, did you want me to roll the d6 then?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so there's 5, except I'm going to half the damage, so she's going to end up taking 3, and I will take 2.
Oh, I got you. So you
Oh, you got a
Yeah.
bond with it or whatever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
she'll
cool.
so she's down to 13 out of her 15,
Oh, wow.
and then I will end up taking 2.
Which is you're down at 13 as well, right?
No, you're trying to find out. No, I'm trying to find out where am I with my. Yeah, so I could take a maximum of 10 as 10.
And you took 2, so you're at 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So you hear the wolf probably howl out, and then you just hear, you would also hear Vicamir just giving out like a big scream of pain.
Right.
They're both wounded at the same time.
Mm.
Wow. Okay. All right. So Malleus, it is your turn, sir.
Oh boy. Okay. So I would like to first glance at the threat that emerged from the cave.
Yeah. So it's coming full speed, and it kind of launches itself out of this black hole.
Yeah.
And it is a meerkat. You know of it. But it has an arrow sticking out of it. It's clearly already been in some kind of scrape. And it is not looking for a target. It appears to be like it wants to get out of here.
Okay. All right. So based upon that, I will turn my attention back to the Canaran and try to strike home for once out of 3 tries.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm wondering now, would this be considered? Now, again, you're not in melee, but I wonder, do we give advantage with a missile into melee? What do you think? Would that be normal since it's flanked?
Honestly,
yeah,
shooting into melee is usually a bad thing.
Right, I know, but I'm not.
So
I'm not punishing.
I'd rather have.
Yeah,
I'd rather have no modifier than.
All right. Yeah, because you have to concentrate pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
hey, I'm just asking. Yeah.
No. That's my.
We're kind of setting precedents for the next game.
That's what I would think.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So now, but I do have a question. Since it's grappling, so to speak.
Yep.
Does its do I still have the same modifier to hit it?
Well, its defense is -4. I would say if it's it is encircled the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a great. You know what? We should probably make a roll to topple off this pillar.
Well, that wasn't what I was asking.
I know, but it dawned on me. If it encircles this wolf, how is it connected to the vines?
No. Yeah. No, I agree. What do you think?
Vicamir, what do you think? Do you think the dog would it encircle the dog's chest while it's on all fours, or would it?
Well, I'm more concerned with my wolf than I am the dog.
Excuse me, wolf. I'm talking about the wolf. I'm sorry, the wolf.
Gosh. Yeah. I don't. That's your call. I mean, I would go ahead and do it if you wanted to see if they could still latch on. I guess.
Let's make let's do a fall.
First, okay.
2 things. We're gonna make they're gonna make a quickness check to land, maybe minimizing potential damage. We're gonna make an opposed quickness check.
Mm-hmm.
The snake or the wolf, whoever wins this opposed quickness check,
mm-hmm.
will be landed on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
right? So the snake will either twist the wolf and the land, or the wolf would twist the snake and land on the snake. Does that sound
Okay.
Okay.
right? I mean, we have to
Or
account.
did
We
you
have
just
to
want
account.
me? Or did you just want me to do a quickness, and then if I pass, the wolf is fine. The snake takes it.
Oh yeah,
If
right.
I fail,
That's
the snake will take it, or
perfect.
then my wolf takes it, and the snake doesn't.
Or
Yep.
okay. Yeah.
That makes sense. What were you going to say, David? As we're
Well,
working out?
okay, quickly. Or you could just, since it sounds like the snake has the upper hand, so to speak, since it's the one that's doing the grappling.
Right.
So I would say have the snake make the check, and if it fails, then they both fall and just split the damage.
But here's the thing with this particular game: it's player facing.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's
DM
right.
doesn't
That's right.
make any rolls.
So
Right.
that's right.
No matter
So
what,
then-
it's quick versus quick.
So then you would have to make the roll.
So
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
still quick versus
forgot.
quick.
So it's quick as 14, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
That's
have
a
to
good point.
subtract 4 on my roll. So her
Yep.
quick's going to be reduced down to 9. She doesn't pass, so she'll take the blunt of the whatever the damage is. So the
Okay,
snake
and I
doesn't take
gotta
anything from
look
the
up
fall.
falling damage, special damage here. And
That's
They
what I
get
was
the
saying.
D6 every 10 feet.
That's what I was saying. Split it, because I mean they're both falling still.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
And
That's
just
a
do it
great
like
point.
that.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is roll it, and we'll just
You know.
remove armor. So let's roll 3 dice 6, take off armor, and split it.
Just to
Or
kind of.
split it, and then I'll take off the armor for the snake, and the dog have armor. I assume.
She does, yeah.
Oh,
She'd
wow.
have a D4. but-
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Okay.
That's
So-
very good. Actually.
So roll the 3 dice 6 damage for the 30 feet.
Wow, they were that high. Okay,
Brilliant. That's great. Divide that in half.
so 2.
Yeah. So the snake and the dog hit. The dog may absorb that too, right?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
they kind of bounce down. Maybe.
Right. They don't really fall directly. They kind of
Roll.
roll down
Yeah.
and tumble and yep. But the snake. Now let's go ahead before we get to Dave's turn. I'm sorry, Dave. This is
No,
it just
that's
dawned on
fine.
me. We should have done this.
Okay, so how much damage is Midnight taking?
2 minus
She
her
take-
armor. Minus her armor.
She takes 2. Okay,
Yeah,
so
with
she's
him.
going to end up taking 1, and then
Okay.
I'm going to take 1.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Oh, so she doesn't have armor?
No,
No,
she
he
does.
splits.
Oh.
But I split the damage because we're bound.
Regardless,
Okay.
yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
I can choose not to, but I don't want to lose my wolf in the first game.
Now this changes things, Dave, because it's on the ground now. So it actually puts you in an opportunity to move and get into melee.
Well, since you put it that way, I guess I must then.
No,
So-
I'm just saying.
No,
you don't-
no. I'll
you're
do
now
that.
in a
Yeah,
situation
I'll
where
do
it's
that.
falling at your feet
Yeah,
in a way.
Malleus will
Because you can free action putting the weapon away.
yeah, he'll toss the bow down and
Move.
move
And,
move
yep.
up and engage.
And again, +2 advantage because it's technically engaged,
Okay.
right? So you're going to have an advantage +2 to your accurate versus its defense, which is -4.
So +2 or no, -2 then. Okay. So -2 accurate because it's got better defense then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So accurate -2. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Let me double check here before I do that. Let me hurry up. So he's got his twin attack. He's got a weapon in each hand. Okay, that's defense. Okay, so -2. All right, so accurate -2. And I
Nice.
need to make 2 rolls. So the first one fails. So the
my
long sword
God.
fail. I know.
Right.
The long sword fails.
Jeez.
I know.
Now, look, when we're playing OSR,
Okay,
never
got
do
it.
you get these rolls, right? What's the
yeah.
deal?
Okay, so we hit with the short sword.
The 1 die
and-
6, right?
Yes, then that will be 1d6 damage. I could have done a lot of damage to that thing. Wow.
Yeah, you could have.
I thought I had a spot here. Character. Oh yeah, I should have just rolled that. Oh well.
Yeah, if you roll the button beside the weapon, it does.
Yeah. Well, I hit, so let me roll the damage. I hit already. Does it roll the damage action?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't read that though. Does
Yeah.
damage with 4. Okay, yeah. So I do
Yep.
4. Okay.
All right. Trying to drive your short weapon into its offhand weapon, it hits this scaly armor, and you get the feeling it's going to take a little more to drive your
really?
weapons into this
Okay.
creature. Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's pretty stout armor, right?
Got it. Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
Gal, we're at Gal. Adele, what is Gal gonna do?
Okay, she's gonna hold herself because from my vision, I know that there were 2 elves in here,
And
I saw
You've
the
seen this
arrow.
creature. It's basically coming out of the cave quickly, headed south.
Well, I know, but it has an
Yep.
arrow in its rear end too,
Yes.
its flank.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm expecting these two elves, and I'm holding her. I'm doing like this and
Okay.
making gestures and still looking at what's going on. But I noticed
Right.
that Panther's trying to go off, and I've just watched the
Okay.
snake and the wolf fall.
Okay.
But I'm whistling to Malice
Mhm.
and making gestures. I don't know if you can perceive what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean, with my charade act, but like they're coming out the trying to do it without making any kind of scene, because I want
Right.
to get a drop on them if I can. So yeah, I don't know if David's character or Malice perceives it.
So Gal is holding her action to make sure.
Yeah, we want to spring whenever they come out of
Okay.
the tunnel,
Okay.
the mouth of the cave.
Hold. Okay.
I don't
So
know.
it's this creature's turn. This panther, and it is bolting full speed away from everything. You're not in melee, so you can't get a free attack on it, but it's gone. It's off into the woods trying to get away with an arrow in it. Okay. So if you had missile weapons or something, you could take a shot at it, but it's ultimately evacuating this tunnel.
Okay.
And leaving combat. So if you guys don't want to chase it or stop it, that's where it's headed.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, so now we're back to Shig and Vicamir. Shig, of course, I'm assuming still holding action, or you now
Yeah.
know this creature's leaving. So
Yeah,
Shig,
I've
Shig
evacuated
and
my
Gal
tunnel,
could
and
act.
I'm ready for these
Okay.
two to come out.
All right,
so I can
Vicamir,
curse.
you're and again, you can pretty much shuffle down this pillar, if you wanted to, pretty easily, right?
Okay, yeah. So
You're
what I'll do
hanging
is
there at
I'll
about
just
30
turn.
feet.
Yeah, I'll just turn around and then on my butt just slide down the pillar.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, now you still have a free action. You still have a combat action, Vicamir.
And I just rolled a 1 to keep the.
Actually, I was going to say, did Midnight go
the
this
curse?
turn? I don't think she
Curse.
did.
No.
Oh, did I skip midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
she has to make a cunning versus cunning to get out of the stranglehold. That's all she can do.
You skipped the dog.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Keep
guys.
saying it's dog.
I know.
Dog. It's a
I know.
wolf, guys.
Well,
It's a wolf.
I'm thinking lunch meat, but
Uh-oh.
So her cunning is 7. Its cunning was.
its cunning is -6. This is where it's very dangerous. It may not hit you, but once it does.
Okay, I have to roll a 1 in order for her to get out.
Oh, wow.
Lord.
Nope.
Okay, now she doesn't suffer more damage yet. On the next turn she would, but she didn't get free, is the gist.
Okay, but she can't do anything else until she gets free, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then after I'm done sliding, is that just considered my movement, or is that considered my action? Like, could I
That's
use
a move.
my?
That's a move. So you still got a free action, a combat action. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my combat action to move, and I'm going to try and get to Midnight.
Yep. Yeah. You can. I'll let. Yeah. No sweat. I mean, remember it fell. You could make you slide down. You're doing 2 moves. I mean, no combat, just 2 moves.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to get there.
And then free action, drawing a weapon. What?
Nope. I'm going to try and rip this thing right off of her.
Oh, nice. With a free action?
Are you that buff?
Oh, no. I don't have. I can't do it with a free action. I have nothing to do with my free action.
Okay.
At this point,
okay.
So.
Except cuss it.
Yeah.
Right.
Except swear. Yeah.
Okay. So we have to remember Dell has cursed this thing for the next turn, right? So round 4, gentlemen.
Wow.
The Canaan. So now we need to make the cunning versus cunning with the dog again.
It's taking too long.
And again, it is -6 for the animal.
Okay, so she can only get out at a 1.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Man,
And
that's
she
brutal.
will suffer 1d6 damage minus her armor.
Okay. She does get her armor this time?
Oh no, you need to roll again because Dell cursed it. So it's 2 rolls for the dog.
Okay.
Trying to get a better result.
Okay.
So make that roll again. You might get a 1.
Ah.
So close.
Yeah.
So close. So the curse forces the creature to suffer a chance to fail twice.
Yeah, it has a
does.
disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Okay, so she's going to take 6
Oh.
damage.
Wow.
She has
minus-
a D4 and armor.
Okay.
So it takes it down to 5.
shoot.
So I'm going to have her suffer 2, and I'm going to take 3.
Okay.
You have to split it evenly, Justin.
I can choose not to and let her take the full brunt of it. But
You're
but it's
taking
either
3?
it's either all or half, right?
it's only it's either it always has to be split at half.
Okay.
Wow. So Vicamir, you're feeling your ribs break, right? You're feeling your
Yeah,
muscles.
you can hear
You're
my
actually
ribs starting
feeling
to...
the constriction of the dog, right?
As I
Ribs
come
and
down and
flesh.
I'm walking towards it, I'm visibly having problems breathing.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that's awesome.
like I could feel it tightening on her, and you can hear her whimpering. So
Okay.
Oh man, that's terrible.
All right, it's Malleus.
Okay, so as I see Midnight, I can kind of see the serpent like tightening, and kind of clamping down, so to speak.
Yep.
So he'll lean in there and try to see if he could penetrate the scales, I guess.
If you want to try your cunning versus its cunning to break it free break the dog free, I would let you do a cunning versus cunning on behalf of the animal. But that's up to you.
I have well, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
And I think I already know the answer. For the damage, it's separate. It doesn't add together. Each attack is a separate damage rating.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
No, Malleus isn't the most cunning, so he will stick to what he's good at, and he will slice and dice.
Okay.
Hopefully. So now it is still cursed, correct?
Yeah, but that's only if it takes an action.
Okay.
So you get advantage because it's fighting something. And so it's technically surrounded by Vicamir, the dog, and you. So you're going to get a +2 to your accurate, -4 for its defense. So basically -2 from your
-2 again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yep.
It's still that's a tough creature. Okay. Success.
Got
All
it.
right.
1 die 8.
Yeah. I wonder why it didn't. I don't know. I know what it is. I know what I'm doing.
Accurate.
I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I see what I did. Okay. There we go. Now. Okay. Got it. Okay. Let me roll the damage for this one, and then we will go with from there. So there's 8.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. So that's the long sword.
Yeah, you drive that sword, and you can see its muscles in response as you drive almost to the hilt. They ripple, almost like flexing, like holy shit. This snake feels that sword drive through its side. Yep.
Okay, and then with the short sword, -2. Okay, that's a hit. All right. Wow. So 5.
Okay. Again, second. Bang bang, and it's you can see its muscles ripple where you've driven this in as it feels it. It definitely feels this.
Okay.
Let's go ahead on
morale break or anything in the rules. I have no clue.
Well, I would be in control of that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's associated with a roll. I think it would be just his call.
Yeah, it would be my call, and probably.
That's cool. That's fine. Yeah.
Right.
That works.
Definitely, we would make a cunning with advantage for the dog now to wiggle free as this
there you go.
As this thing is wounded big time. So make a cunning roll for the dog with advantage. Midnight.
So
you need a 3 now.
She needs a 3? Okay,
yeah, you would need a 3.
I got an 8 and an 18.
Okay, so this was the same turn, but because of the damage she did, the snake might relinquish the dog, was the gist of. Yeah, remember, it can use the dog as a shield. I haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right,
Yeah.
I could have used the dog as a shield, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm trying not to be too brutal.
Hey, you know, whatever you want with
in
that
our
dog.
first dark fantasy game here, but yes, it can use the dog as a shield.
That is brutal.
Just don't hurt the wolves.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
the wolf.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with that dog. But yeah,
you should have named your wolf dog, and then we'd be cool.
Yeah, right. It would work, right?
Yeah, name it DOG.
Okay, we're at let's see here. Malleus Midnight just went. We are at Gal. as this panther races off into the trees, you Gao is up,
Gao is still
hiding.
We've crept up to a place to where we could actually drop on whoever's coming out of that.
Okay, so you position yourself at the cave mouth to jump somebody if they come out.
Yeah, exactly.
Ambush somebody.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's
you'll
what the
have
whole deal is.
advantage in an ambush if somebody comes out. Oh, you'll have an advantage.
She's the main one keeping tabs on me while I'm
Okay.
staring at that snake. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And then, but I'm ready to switch.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we're now so Shig needs to roll his curse resolute versus resolute,
All right.
a +1.
Got it.
Okay, so it's still cursed. And Vicamir, sir, having trouble breathing. However, you kind of felt a moment with those swords going to the snake that it let up a little bit, and you kind of caught a breath, right? As you
Okay.
realize this snake it felt that attack from Malleus.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to actually get it off of midnight? Like
Yep. You can make I'll let you make a cunning versus its cunning. So you could and then ultimately what you would do is you would swap positions with the dog. If you can beat its cunning, you'll basically free the dog, but it'll encircle you.
Okay. So
Same concept as escaping if you were in its grasp.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep. So now the penalty for it was -5 though, right?
No, this is cunning versus cunning. You'll have advantage. So it's -6, but you would have advantage to your cunning attribute.
Mhm.
Okay.
+2. So your cunning is what?
That might not be worth. That might not be. That would put me in a lot of freaking danger if I were to do that, though. Because if I'm just replacing the wolf with myself, like my wolf, Midnight still has more hit point, has more toughness than I do.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah.
Is there? Can I get to Midnight in order to lay on hands her?
Sure. I don't see why you couldn't.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll run up to her. I'll try and grab onto Midnight's fur as best as I can, and then
Okay.
I'll just begin giving that low guttural chant as try to use my lay on hands power to heal her.
Okay, do it. Now, what's no corruption for this?
No, there's totally corruption on all this.
Yeah, I thought so because it's magic. So you've already got 3, right? Or one?
I have
corruption?
one from when I tried to
Temporary?
become a squirrel. So one temporary. Yeah, and still there because the scene hasn't ended yet.
Right.
All right, so that's a success, and I heal
Nice.
her for 4.
Wow. So she's back up to.
So she's
back
up
to full.
to. No. So she actually has a toughness of 15. So
gotcha.
she's down to 9. So she's actually only up to 14. I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, 13. Sorry.
I had her at 10, and you just gave her 4.
Yeah. So she should be at 13 right now.
Oh, okay. I had her off. So 13. Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. So that was Vicamir. Shig cursed it. All right. We're at round 5.
And I also take a D4 of corruption.
Oh boy.
That's a 1.
Nice.
Actually, I've been doing really good on my corruption rolls.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So on this turn, the creature relinquishes the dog, the wolf, Midnight,
Yeah, right.
and it is trying to escape. So everyone would get a free action that's in melee with it
Okay.
as it's trying to slither away and save itself.
How
So,
do I just grab my bow from the ground? And all right.
Okay, there's 8 damage with the longsword.
Okay, that's going to kill it. So
Is that gonna
describe
kill it?
how it's as it tries to slither away.
Okay. It gets a minus. There's a minus. Is it -2 because we have advantage?
30
It's
dead.
actually +2 for Dave. Yeah, because you guys have advantage.
Oh, I
and
got
it's
it
a free
anyway.
action.
Didn't
Yeah,
matter.
he killed
Yeah,
it.
I got it.
You killed it.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
got
he
it,
killed
yeah.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Never mind. What? Oh no, I would have failed that. I rolled a 20.
Okay, so Dave, as it tries to slither away.
Yeah.
kill it.
Got it.
I'll just what's the head's got to be about the size of like a wolf head, right? It's pretty
Yeah,
big.
it's a
isn't it?
big. It's 12
Yeah.
feet long. It's a big
Okay.
stake.
So with the grunt, Malice will just hit it at the right spot and just pretty much not even fully decapitate it, but mostly.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Okay.
the body kind of undulates, and
Yep.
quivers and stuff,
Right.
And he'll cuss and kind of toe it with his boot, and just shake his head. Oh, and then he'll remember about the ring on the tooth.
Right. And again, this fang is about the size of your bicep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, maybe not quite that big, size of your forearm, maybe. But this ring has been there a long time. It's clearly it got jammed up on that fang. It's been there a long time. So you'll have to probably cut the fang loose and then work the ring off of the.
I don't think we've got time for that yet, because I think we've still got something going on over at the cave mouth, I think.
Right.
Okay. So I'll keep that. I'll make a note of that.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, after this commotion, dog is up whining, and dog, God dang it, Wolf is up. Midnight. If I just call her by name, Midnight's, right? Midnight smelling you. Midnight is as concerned for you, Vicamir, as you are for her. So she's thinking you're pretty bad off, right? Gao and Shig, you're over by the cave mouth. You don't hear anything into this. I mean, you're not hearing noises. You're not hearing anything.
I'll get the attention of.
By the way, this starts a new scene.
Oh, okay.
We had a scene. We went into combat. We're into a new scene. So that would clear your temporary corruption, gentlemen.
Okay. So then before then, I'm going to try and do another lay on hands on myself because I really need it.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and make a resolute check.
Okay. Oh, no. Lordy. I tell you, when we play Joth, we never get 20s. What the hell?
No.
How do they know we want to roll low? How do they know, right?
Okay. So, all right. So I'll just take that as a sign that I'm not healing myself this scene.
Yeah, Vicamir is in his rookie expedition is just not able to get his mojo going, right?
No, most of my spells are failing. It's not good.
Wow.
It's okay. I'll just take my quiver of arrows back from Malice and grab my bow from the ground. I guess it's best you stick with your swords, Malice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But,
especially when you get two attacks. Yeah. And you've got Master Armor, right? So that's Master.
I'm urgently trying to get them around the mouth of the cave without, because I think they're in.
We're coming. We're coming.
Yeah, we're coming. We're making our way.
We're coming.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? I'm doing all the charades of saying and I'm trying to keep it down.
We were kind of distracted over here, but we're coming.
What took you so long?
Yeah, right. I got to give you that one. Yeah, it did take a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're all peering into this hole that's about 6 feet tall, black mouth, and it starts a pretty quick grade descent into darkness.
Yeah, so I'll let you know what I fear. The archers are there.
Gao changes back into an elf. Right? You wanted her originally to be disguised as an elf, correct?
Yeah. I'll let y'all know why she's doing that. She could at least approach, because we know that the Iron Guard?
The Iron Pact.
Iron Pact, yeah.
Iron Pact, yeah, is in the area, and I'd seen them. So, judging from the Panther.
Okay. Do you want to send her in? Are you going in? What's going on, gents? You're all standing at the mouth of this cave.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is if this thing really goes straight down, it's absolute black. We're probably going to need a rope of some type to be able to climb down.
Oh no, I mean it's just steep. You could slide down on your butt or go down carefully, like sideways. It's not
already slid down the pillar, so you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not quite that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are we equipped with lanterns?
Everything, camping gear, rope. You guys should all have the basic camping gear, rope, bedroll. That all comes with your character when you start.
Yeah. None of it says that we got a torch though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
sleeping roll, cooking equipment, firewood.
That's because it's against the law to take open fire into the woods. No, I'm kidding. Into the Davokar, you burn the whole forest to the ground. No,
right.
Yeah, you gotta have torches. That's nuts. Yeah, we're gonna assume you have a lantern, torch, something. I mean,
I'm just gonna do the standard. I have 6 torches.
Sure. I mean, and I would think the expedition gear that he gave you would have some torches, shovels,
Okay.
pickaxes. Yeah.
It's
All right,
got
so-
flint and steel and wood.
Yeah.
firewood.
So with
Yeah.
that, I'm probably I'm not necessarily out of combat, but what we'll do is I'll just strike up a torch and I'll just give it to Gao to hold at this point.
Yeah, I mean we are out of combat, so no turns. This is all a scene.
Okay.
So you guys we just move and just tell me what you're doing, etc.
Yeah. So I'm just
Honestly,
gonna get a torch ready. It'd probably be best to have two. I kind of need to have. I want kind of both my hands open so that I can use my bow while we're in there. But maybe
Right.
it'll be too tight even for a bow. So I'll go ahead. I'll strike up 2 torches. Give one to Gao so that she can provide some light. Kind of be a
Okay.
torchbearer for us.
Okay.
She's not really a combatant, right?
Well,
I mean,
she get-
she is.
well,
she can sneak up behind somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she can strangle. You know that. Yeah.
All right.
But she's carrying no
anyways,
weapons, no armor. Right.
Okay, so we'll get 2. We'll get 2 torches going. I'll give her one, and then I'll carry the other.
Okay. So she's leading the way, or you just want to send her down first?
If we could make some clamoring sounds and draw whatever's out there, we could have a bottleneck. You know what I mean? Shoot them full of arrows at the ready and ambush them. I mean, do we want to walk into an ambush ourselves? Potentially?
Oh, you know that there's definitely things down here?
Yeah. In his fortune-telling vision, he saw 2 going up the spiral stairs.
2 elves,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
In his vision, so he knows the Iron Pact. At least 2 elves were there. 3 actually saw 1 going in the mouth of the cave, and then 2 as he ascended up, 2 in the town. So he knows there were 3 elves in his vision.
Is Midnight better suited to maybe go out ahead a little bit with her senses, her natural senses, and kind of warn us?
she can smell, and to a certain extent, she has some like a superior night vision.
Yeah,
but she still needs at least a little bit of light, like being in a cave.
Yeah, Gao
would provide much.
Gao would be resistant to go alone. So if Midnight's with her, she would certainly be more.
Okay, so what I'll do, and then what I'll do is I guess I'll travel behind. I think Balance, you'd probably be best to follow behind Gao, and then I'll follow behind you, and then.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We'll have Shig, yeah.
Okay.
Shig will be just
and then Shig last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
so
I did see 2 in the tower up there. Do I see anything around the base of the tower, the leaning tower? As far as
in your vision?
Yeah, you said I went up into it, right? So
yeah. So in your vision, zoomed into the cave hole. You couldn't make out how far you went, etc. But you did pass an elf in the main chamber, then spiraled up the stairs to 2 elves climbing the stairs in the tower. So that in your vision, there were 3.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
Jig, don't take this the wrong way, buddy, but you're not smelling too fresh.
Right.
Yeah. Were you throwing your own shit?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Right. Like
if you look at him close, his skin almost crawls because he's got maggots in between the folds of his skins. He's got fleas all over his thing. Yeah, he will. It's a source of protein.
Right.
All right. Be looking for grubs anyway. Go ahead.
So she leads the way, sliding a little bit as she goes. It's fairly steep. You descend about 40 feet, and it opens into basically a ground chamber. The pillar at some point tilted, and it goes about 30 feet down, 40 feet down at the base of this pillar in the ground, and you're now down in what would have been the base of this pillar. At this point, clearly it looks like a pillar, but it's some kind of tower. At the base are plenty of mounds where there's been excavations, and you find in the middle of this room an elf dead, with where it's been mauled by this panther, this meerkat, and he's got a couple of arrows in him as well.
What?
And they're elven arrows. And then on the far side of this chamber, among all these mounds and holes where somebody was in there excavating. You haven't seen a body, by the way, of any treasure hunters, but you're finding holes in evidence. And on the far side, against the far wall, is a stairwell on the outside of the wall, extending up in a circular pattern up the pillar. Nothing else in this room, unless you want to take time to actually search this room.
I think we should probably find out exactly who's here first before we start doing any
I agree with that.
snooping.
We don't even know if it's safe enough to be
Yeah,
that
right.
focused and doing
Yeah,
that.
but what do you make of that? Elf, death by elf,
Mhm.
What's that all about?
As you approach, you see it is clearly an iron packed elf. Armor. His bow is with him under his body. He's got 2 arrows in his back.
Is
He's
there
been
any
mauled. The front side of him has been mauled severely. Evidence that he was poisoned. The meerkat, of course,
Oh,
has
wow.
poison. So there's some evidence that's
I didn't know that.
So he was mauled and poisoned pretty good. But the arrows are in the back of the elf.
Is there any kind of bounty for any iron packed
Yeah.
souvenirs or
No,
anything?
but it's a good way to guarantee you're dead once you get to the surface.
Well, we're dead anyway.
Yeah, but we
you
can
know,
take the
any-
armor and put it on her
Yeah.
for protection, since she's
She may
got.
not.
Well, I don't know. It didn't really help him that much at this point. I don't think there's much armor left.
Well, she won't be running away. We'll be pushing her forward.
Right. Whatever Malleus thinks he could take as a trophy, you never know in the Blackmore. Blackmore might have people who pay a bounty for dead iron pack.
Well, I was going to say that elven bow might fetch a nice price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking for
All right.
And he's
I'll
got a
pick
spear. He has a spear, short spear among his
no bow
around
or
his
just
body.
or just
Yes,
a
he
spear?
has a
Okay.
bow and a short spear around his body. Yeah.
I'll take the bow, and if he doesn't have any other arrows, I'll just extract the arrows that are in his back. And
Okay.
hang on to
Yeah,
those.
he would have
Yeah.
a quiver.
He does have a quiver. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to make a die 10 check, see how many arrows. Does this game track arrows? Does this game track ammunition?
I think so because because you can buy it's $1 for 10.
Oh,
10.
right. Okay, so make a 1 die 10 roll. See how many arrows are in his quiver.
Okay, 8.
Nice. 8.
Okay, so 8 shots.
8. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Remember, everything is potential treasure, even if you don't use it, right?
Yeah.
Is there any documentation on them? Their paperwork?
That's a good idea.
Iron pack? No.
I don't think they need it, though,
Well,
right?
No,
yeah, but
You know
they could have taken it off somebody.
You know what?
Oh, there
that's
you go.
let's make a cunning check, Shig, as you rifle through his pockets and his jerkin and his pants and his,
Shiggity shig. I don't think so.
Lord. So you don't find any kind of paperwork, scrolls, nothing like that on his dead body.
A wagon license. No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
Okay.
yeah, just
No. In case of my death, mail to my nearest relative.
Yeah, right.
Nothing
Yeah.
like that, right?
No dog tag.
However, Vicamir, this is an early summer elf. You recognize the age of this elf as an early summer elf. And you were warned by the Queen's Rangers that there was a group of early summer elves out and about that had killed at least one group of explorers you were aware of.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same group, but it is an early summer elf that lay dead before you.
Okay.
And then the 15, 20 feet away from you. By the way, the diameter of this pillar is 30 feet.
Yep.
It's in the middle of the room where this melee went down with the meerkat, and about 15 feet outside is a stairwell, a stone stairwell that works its way up the inside of the outside wall of the pillar, right?
Okay.
And there's a ceiling of, at an angle, looking at this 80-degree angle, it's about 30 feet above your head, the ceiling of the next chamber.
Okay.
So you're going to climb about 30 feet on these stairs, spiral.
Yeah.
Are we okay to keep going? We're very close to finishing.
I'm fine to keep going. So.
Okay, because I'm having a great time and I'm fine, but I just don't want to mess you guys up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I promised 90-2, but look what happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no problem.
I feel your pain.
The damn travel here messed us up. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so up the stairs. You want Gal still leading with a torch, and again, it needs a torch. There is no light. There's no holes. There's no.
Yeah. So midnight. Yeah. So midnight will take the lead in front of Gao, and then from Gao it'll be Malleus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the staircase ascends upward about 30 feet into a chamber. The chamber is empty, but the staircase ascends again up on the other side of the pillar. We need everybody in here to make a vigilance check, right?
Okay.
Versus -2, gentlemen.
-2, vigilance. Vigilance,
I got
-2. Got it. Barely. Good guy.
As you work your way up and into this chamber. So everybody's got it so far?
Not yet. I'm just making the roll now. It's just delayed for whatever reason.
He wasn't vigilant enough to.
There we go. So you said it's -2, right?
A -2 from your actual attribute.
Okay.
Nice. I think
So
everybody.
I got it,
Yeah.
and I'm rolling for midnight. She got a 16.
Okay.
But I know
So
she's-
midnight senses must be a little.
They're maybe a little off. It's
They're a
the
little
cave.
off because of the dead elf down there.
Yeah.
The scent is all dead elf, right?
Yeah.
She just downwind from us.
Right.
From
Yeah, downwind from Shig.
Yeah. Shiv, you're just affecting everything right now.
Make
It's
a
11
roll
Shig,
for
yeah.
make a roll for Gal. Gal.
Gotcha.
And she's a 10. -2, 8.
14.
Okay.
She's clueless there.
Okay. So as you come out, those of you who passed spot on the stairwell above you in this chamber as you all come up and into the chamber, 2 elves crouched on the, and their bows knocked, ready to surprise you, ambush you.
Okay.
As they see that you see them, they check their arrows.
Okay.
And they're kind of on the stairs about 35 feet up, locked on you down, looking down upon you.
But
they
they
don't
check
shoot.
their arrows. Okay.
They don't shoot. Gal,
Now,
of course,
as-
once she
as
realizes
Gal-
she sees
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Okay.
She what she does from everybody stopping or whatever, she addresses them. Hold your fire.
Can I ask if she took on the form of the elf down below?
Yeah. I wanted to. No, well, down below.
The one that you just found, did she take on the look of that elf?
No, I
Oh,
told her
okay.
to do the iron pack, but that
Right.
was iron pack elf.
Yeah, but she's wearing their armor. She
You're
has
right. You're right. She's still
Okay.
there. I even told her to disrobe him and put the armor on.
Okay, so the one, of course, keeping the arrows knocked on the others. He basically says, "What's God? I wish they gave me names for elves." He calls him by name, who he thinks is him, and says,
okay.
"Have you? What is this? Have you been captured?"
No, but I have captured, is what she'll say.
So they look at each other, are trained. You guys, you have weapons out?
Do we have a? Yeah,
I don't. I just have the
I do.
torch. But
I have a bow.
So let's
in my hand for sure.
let's make a cunning check. Or you're attempting to deceive them. So let's make a Gal's deception. What is Gal's discreet? So her discreet is 11 minus their cunning. Their cunning is 10. So 0. So just 11 and below for her to deceive them.
It's 10.
Oh, so they stand. One of them stands up and he starts to put his bow and the arrow away. The other one keeps it in his hands but lowers it. And he says, "You have captured who? You have captured the cat. What happened to the cat? Last we saw, it was mauling you. You had arrows in your back."
I rid the cat of a threat. It's gone. These here, they came upon me and helped me up. You left me.
Oh.
And then she'll act like, "Let us come up."
We thought you were doomed. We tried to spare you by putting arrows in your back. We thought we were
there you go.
That's brutal, man. That is
we
brutal.
thought we were saving you from the horrendous mauling and poisoning of the bear cat.
Next
I can't
Wow.
believe you're alive.
Who
Who are these?
Would,
who are
next
these
time, don't
people?
think so quickly.
would friends like those?
With friends like these.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah.
That's the title of the module. With
Yeah.
friends like these.
Yep.
All right, she goes forward, just starts stepping forward, and looks back at us. Until
They the one keeps his bow at ready. He doesn't trust. What are you doing with these interlopers? And he calls you again by name. I'm not going to invent some crazy name right here. Just he uses an elven name that sounds pretty whimsical.
She
One retreats
just-
3 steps up into the top chamber. You see him, the one that put away his stuff, kind of takes 3 steps backwards up and disappears into the very top chamber, which again will be at that 70-foot mark where you saw a hole in the side of this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The other one now is kind of descending the stairs to greet
But
Gal?
when he said that, she scolds him, like, you're putting arrows in my back and you're going to question me right now. I told them that we were friends. And you know what I mean? It kind of like you're running the whole guy, that kind of thing, just getting close.
Yeah, he approaches, still holding his weapon, but down, walks up, and he's going to make a look. So we got to make a cunning check to see if he can tell. Once he gets in range, right, the changeling can't convince people once they talk, so he's going to have to make a cunning check here to see if he can tell that is not, right?
Yeah.
And it's just cunning at no
Well,
modifier.
she has to make a cunning versus his cunning, is what I imagine.
Right, but he's a +0. He's a 0. So,
Okay, so she just
yeah.
has to do a straight cunning check.
Yep.
Nope, she didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
So so you rolled for the. Yeah. So he ultimately spots, he immediately, his eyes focus and he looks at all of you. We're all
Mhm.
within melee range here, and he begins to realize, whoa, you're not. And he's kind of
Yeah.
double stepping back.
Okay, so I guess we'll just do initiative then first, or do we have the element of surprise?
Ultimately, he's outnumbered and has nowhere to go. So it would be a matter of whether you want to demand he surrender. If you want to demand he surrender, where's he going to go?
Yeah.
Well, I know that the excrement is going to fly across his face at that moment when that surprise hits him. You know what I mean? When he realizes what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So I mean, if you demand his surrender, he's not going to commit suicide here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once she sees that he has recognition across his face, as well as that, a smear.
Now, if you want to kill him, if you want to fight him, he'll defend himself.
Well, I was gonna say if he surrenders peacefully, I'm not whatever.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with it, but the thing is, well, what am I okay with killing him or just?
Well, she's going to want to, like put a knife to his back or something like that.
Well, the thing is,
him upstairs.
I mean,
convince his buddy.
I've heard that these guys are all stone cold killers, though. So
they usually are, and then once they get to the woods, they're like more proficient with the area than we are.
Isn't it us or them?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, that's my vote.
Although,
yeah, if you wanna overwhelm him, you have a dog, you have a wolf, and all of you can overwhelm him and ultimately, kill him. It's up to you if you want to.
Or we bind him and just leave him here.
Sure.
And after.
Well, we might as well.
No, you just throw him off the railing. He falls 30 foot. Throw him down the well shaft. No, but she's gonna want to immediately when he finds out. You know what I mean? Like
she's gonna strangle him out right here in front of you.
Exactly.
Okay.
She's flipping him around to say like, you go up. And she's keeping that around him, walking him up the stairs. Okay. We got to get closer to the other guy and not give the jig up. But she's telling him to
I can't. Yeah, from all the rumors that I think Vicamir would have heard, I don't think he can let these elves live. He's like, no, they'll just trace us.
Right.
They'll just trace us and kill us because they'll say, yeah, these two humans and this goblin came into Davokar, and now we got to hunt them down.
Yeah,
they are relentless.
She's continuing with the
they would kill you.
Yeah.
There's no doubt they would slaughter you.
Yeah.
So if you don't have to get into grotesque narration. You can just say you're going to put him away, put him out of his misery.
We would just, well, you know what? We'll let Gal do it. We'll be like, okay, we'll follow you up and we'll see your friend, and then she just comes up behind him. She can choke him right out.
Right.
To death.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what she's doing.
Yeah. So as you ascend the stairs and come to the top, as you all kind of pop your heads up as you're coming up, and she's got him by the throat. He's dropped his bow and everything. You get to this top chamber. You can see 3 bedrolls. These guys have clearly been up here camping. The top of this chamber. You can see the hole now, where you saw outside the hole in the pillar. The other elf clearly absconded out that hole and probably climbing down the vines to get away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's not in here.
Okay.
So
can I get up there to get a perch with my arrows?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll rush over there and I'll pull my bow out and scurry up there.
Okay.
And I'll see if he's climbing down, and then if he is, I'm gonna try and shoot down at him and try and get
Okay.
him.
So let's just make a die 10 roll to see how many arrows it takes for you to kill this guy off. We're not going to make you. Let's just see how many you.
She's going to throw him out the window and try to hit the guy on the way down. Okay, while he's doing that too. The elf she's got garroting, choking.
Yeah,
she's going to run into the window and throw him out.
3 arrows.
Okay, so between the elf that you pitch out and 3 arrows, these guys fall to their death, right? Okay. And in this chamber now, what you saw, the glimmer when you first showed up and saw something glimmering out this hole. There's a spyglass they left haphazardly sitting there on where the sun reflected. So there's a spyglass in here, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
There are odds and ends strewn around this chamber. They've been camping up here. Among these things, you find, let's see here, as you root through their campsite. I can't find my information here. Let's see. Okay, you find you find 200. You find a bag of 221 thalers. Some odd jewelry, which is not relics. They're just jewelry they took off of victims, probably. 2 relics with etched runes on them. The spyglass, weapons from other victims.
Oh, wow.
They've collected up here some swords, some shields. All of it is pretty worn, like they were explorers or treasure hunter stuff. There's there's a leather satchel with raw stones, a map, 2 scrolls.
It's not bad.
And among their luggage is a bundle of explorers' licenses tied with a silk
There you go.
bow.
There you go. That's
And
what you're
as
looking
you
for.
Open those up. You count 12 licenses. 4 group, 8 single. They've killed 12. Well, 4 are groups. You don't know how many people were in the. Well, you could look on the things and count.
Yeah.
On average, 4 per group. So they've killed about 16 plus 8, about 24.
Wow.
Treasure hunters. Who knows how long they've been doing this?
Yeah.
There's no evidence that they've been camping up here long, but they've clearly been here for a couple of days.
Yeah, they just gotten stuck when the Meerkat came back.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And that ultimately we conclude with a interlude traveling back. So we got to the end, the final so interlude, you would travel back and he would offer you, gentlemen. Wait. First, we've got the ring on the stake.
Yes.
This is clearly an artifact, gentlemen. This is some, and again, Vicamir would recognize that it's barbarian clan artifact. It's an armband. You can make a lore master check to know exactly.
I don't have lore, but we could probably do a what's the
cunning? You can do a cunning check. Yep.
Cunning,
okay.
Well, we're going to have to make it difficult at -3 because you don't have lore master. So we're going to make it difficult for you to draw. What is this in your history?
Nope. I'm not quite sure. I'm off by 1.
Wow.
Touched on the tip of my tongue. I heard a legend about it.
But it's true. But you know that it's magical. You know it's an artifact. And you know it's an armband. It's a barbarian chief armband. They would wear this on their bicep or their elbow joint, whatever. Depends on how big they were.
Yeah.
It's got barbarian etchings. It is light green gold. And it is an artifact. So anybody who's interested in bonding with it can try that. Of course, there's corruption involved.
Ooh.
There's corruption, and then we also don't know what it is.
Yeah, what tribe and what nature. Yeah.
Correct.
So,
but you have actually found an artifact.
I'm gonna say, like, as interested as I would be in it, I'm like, this is technically a job.
He sent Gal with you to make sure all treasures are accounted for.
You know what? I'm gonna say, you know what? No, we're not keeping that for ourselves. We're gonna take it back to the boss and we'll see what he wants.
Yeah.
In fact, he may say, like, yeah, put it on. I want to know what it does.
Could be, yeah.
So you travel back without problem. You know how to get back now. Interlude, you get back. Gal sizes up everything. He tells you can keep all the thalers, and he's willing to pay you 120 thalers for everything. There's no doubt this is too low. I mean, the relic
wow.
alone, the artifact
Relics are
alone,
near priceless. Their artifacts are near priceless. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he's screwing you a bit. Now you can certainly attempt to negotiate a higher pay.
I will attempt that. I
So
will
let's do
say
a persuasion check versus his. He's a 0 modifier.
okay. I will say I'll recant, everything that happened.
Right.
And I will say that Gao will tell you of our unwavering bravery and resolve and honesty in this transaction. And I say, surely that's worth, another 25%. Okay, so
sweet. Now, do you tell him about the ruin you discovered?
Yes, yeah. I think that should be part of the bonus, so to speak, as well.
Okay.
Because Gal was there, we may as well tell him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's make this roll with advantage, and he's a 0 modifier, so you're going to get to make a persuasion check.
2.
He's a goblin, and I'm a goblin. I got the trait.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
Yeah.
God, I hate to meta this, but technically Dell's character can win any difficult social encounter with another goblin.
Wow. Yep. Okay.
Without a
that's
test.
Wow. Okay.
So that kind of takes your
Unless
thunder there, Dave. But you achieve the same thing.
That's fine.
No,
that's fine.
Okay. I'm standing by Malice when he's saying all this stuff. You know what I mean? And then I kind of cut it straight and then look at him in the eyes like,
okay,
we're gonna do things right here, right?
Yep. He says, fine. 300 thalers.
On top of the 330, you're already
on top of the 221. You already
told you.
You got the 221,
so
and then
521 total would be what your take would be.
Yeah,
521. All right.
Okay.
And he offers you a full-term 1-year contract. He'll pay your group. He'll pay your add-ons. But you have to agree to pay him 35% of the take, and you have to agree to now you won't have to take Gao anymore. That was to make sure that you were trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes you a deal that he would pay any of your fees for the next year, but you have to use him as a fence first.
Right. That's
up to you guys. You got enough money now. You could easily buy your own group, independent. You don't need him. You got plenty of thalers.
Yeah. So
what do you guys
about
think?
100. So what it turns out to be is it's 173 thalers each, but one person's going to get one extra one.
Right.
Well, you've got
I think
you've got the wolf,
Gal.
so go ahead.
You got to tip Gal something.
Okay.
Gals? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm
flip a thaler over to Gal.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right. So you will have
give me that ring he's wearing.
Right. Now he tells you, by the way, you have found the let me pull up the name. You have discovered, he knows the relic, immediately tells you. You found
I don't
you
know.
found the Natur Gamel, a bright
know.
green gold ring. It is said the barbarian artifact gives the bearer a natural aging. Excuse me, that's the wrong artifact. Shit, I read the wrong one. Sorry.
Someone take those notes anyways.
Where the hell is
Right.
There it is. It's called the Inaboinde Sar, which is, by the way, so you know, this is Swedish. This is literally Swedish for
okay.
This is Swedish for inherent wound.
Sounds like you could have used that, Justin.
So he tells you have found the so for anybody who understands Swedish, I'm butchering the pronunciation, but it's called the Inaboinde Sar, and it is greenish gold metal armband, and it is said it was worn by a clan chieftain who used it to protect his loved ones. It is imbued. You won't know what it's imbued with ultimately, nor will you know its corruption level because you're not aware of that. But he tells you what it was you found. Okay. So do you want to enter into a contract with him, or do you guys want to make your own way in future?
What do you guys want to do? I'm good either way.
Well, being an independent may have. It's
a lot of overhead and it's more risk involved.
There is, but the thing is, this also has us in networking too, right?
Yeah,
so we'll be able to get in contact with other organizations.
Yeah, if you sign, you'll have him and Gao as contacts.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, as long as I'm there too, I can at least
under what
broker
conditions,
a better deal with him.
That's true too. So maybe we should sit tight.
Under what conditions can we cancel the contract?
Well, it's a 1 year full term contract.
Yeah, it's a
so in 1
contract.
year.
Oh, you just wait it out then. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it'd be
Okay.
and you would go on as many expeditions as you guys want to. He doesn't care as long as he's getting his cut.
It's cut. Yeah.
Okay.
But he'll also pay all your fees.
No, let's just go ahead and do it.
Okay. All right. Go
Okay,
for it.
So you'll now have, if you want to make notes of this, you'll have Gao and Rigel as contacts. And
Mhm.
Rigel is definitely a contact worth having. I mean, he's like he's like the king of the Blackmore, right?
Yeah.
Pits, whatever we want to call this ghetto, right?
Mhm.
Also, 15 XP earned for the entire adventure, gentlemen, plus the 3
Nice.
you started with. So you have 18 XP.
Nice.
2 more, and you'll be able to upgrade 2 things in your character, right? So this was the Canaran was I put a challenging creature on that final ruin.
Mhm.
Of course, the elves and the meerkat were there, they were basically trapped in the pillar to stay away from the so they all ended up stuck in there hiding from the snake. That was the gist of the final.
Oh, wow. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it, gentlemen. We're done. Fantastic. How did you like it?
Fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's a great system.
I think I like the system. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
gonna have to. I mean, we'll get better at it, obviously, as we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Everything went pretty smoothly, I think.
yeah, I thought so.
Mhm.
It takes it's on my side, it's no different than any other as far as GM tracking combat and damage. It's actually
Mhm.
easier because the damage is automatic for the snake.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
soak is automatic. I don't have to
Mhm.
roll anything for them. You guys are rolling damage and defense, and
Mhm.
so it's for the GM. It's actually a pretty easy side of the board. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. I was like, wow, this is so easy. I love not rolling dice. I hate it.
No, and I
But it's like,
I
no, it
just-
makes it so much easier. It's
and
Yeah.
narratively, I can just narrate this how the snake soaks the
Say
damage. I
whatever.
don't have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say
to,
whatever. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
and for me, making this, this ended up being a 5-page. So I wrote this. It's 5 pages
Mhm.
with 12 scenes,
Okay.
I think, close.
Mhm.
I don't know. Plus an expedition table that I wrote specifically for this.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you pretty much encountered that. What through the curveball was the original Feld exploration. You
Mhm.
ended up in the that Thornfield came out of the Symbaroum starter set adventures.
okay.
That Thornfield that
Yeah.
cost you a day.
Yeah.
And then I had my own expedition table. If you succeeded, then you rolled that, and that would take you to ruins or other things which you did
Okay.
encounter. So we
Okay.
lost,
Okay.
I would say, 45 minutes of the session of what was kind of planned
Mhm.
was interrupted by these expedition
Okay.
random events, which is good, right? We want random
Okay.
events to some degree, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I will give you guys all a copy of this PDF just so you have it.
Oh,
just to see
nice.
what yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Sounds
So
good.
anyway, yeah, it was great fun, guys. Thank you, and hopefully
yeah, I had a lot of-
David will be ready to run this.
Yeah. I've got some idea. Are you guys going to use the same character? You guys making?
I would want
I mean, I think we should.
I'm going to
I mean,
be
and
using this character till he's dead.
I can make a
Okay.
character. I can make a character, or I can use Malleus. It depends on what David wants to do with Malleus.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if we go
We can
Yeah,
share
yeah.
Malleus.
Yeah, the idea that I had, if we were going to do rotating GMs,
yeah.
is that we can't have one guy off. One guy is getting us a room,
Right.
permanent
Right. Right.
There you
room
go.
somewhere
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
adventure. But now
Yeah.
we got, the one guy that missed out this time.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
I'll make.
wanna hang
I
on
would
to
love
him.
to make a character.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
own
please.
character.
Okay.
Okay.
Dale, you good still?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You like chick? Del, what did you think? Because I know this isn't your favorite. This isn't your favorite kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, it did take a second to transition back into the classic.
Yeah.
Like you're reading the type of what.
Well,
we're
and
going to, and
I wanted to present a particular feel, so I was reading, but I normally
Yeah.
would never read. I've
Yeah.
never used written modules. I mean, I've written my own stuff, but I never
Yeah.
use. But I wanted to read this because I wrote it to give to you guys, so I
Yeah.
wanted to. Yeah.
I mean,
So no, that was very hard for me too. Del knows. You guys have played with me. I never reach.
Mhm.
I think.
oh yeah, that was this the rolls though is very similar to that sliding scale that I had. I mean,
Yeah.
all you're doing is
Yeah.
comparing.
Yeah.
And seriously, I mean, even you just compare the two numbers and you adjust it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're just doing it slightly different, but that's
Sure.
the
Yep.
roll.
Yeah.
And it's a one roll system.
Well,
You
this
just,
was their-
whether you're defending or attacking, you know.
This is
Yeah.
this is the Swedish D&D basically, right? It's been translated into our language and I'm sure other languages, right?
Yeah.
They said it was super popular. So, and then they eventually got someone was said that they wanted to translate it. And
Mhm.
for most people, like I fell in love with the art.
Oh yeah,
and-
definitely.
And then,
That's
and
probably
then,
the strongest aspect.
yeah, and then Drive Through RPG was like, hey, would you like an $8 copy of this?
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
yeah, sure. And then
Damn.
before I knew it, I was spending $400 on all the books
Yeah.
I could. So
Yeah.
Well, I love the art and I love the lore. I mean, I like
Yeah.
the changeling. I like the god. I like how they
Mhm.
describe the whole setup of the
Well,
world. And
what it comes down to is it's a fantasy role-playing system that has a razor focus on its setting and its
Yep.
themes.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, here's a grand world, here are all the politics that are happening in
Yep.
this world, and this one it says, nope, it's only this small territory, this community. These two human forces are kind of butting heads a little
Yep.
bit. This is what
Yeah.
happened,
Yeah.
and this is what's going on now.
yeah.
And I was like, because they have that little snippet of that small paragraph of a couple things going on,
Right,
but
right.
those details are a lot like more focused.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
nice
and I
to
like
have,
that they
so.
treat magic with some deference as far as being corrupting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can use it and go for it, but there's a price to pay for that kind of
Yeah.
power,
I
right?
I like the free form character creation. That's
Oh, dude, I love it.
that'll pull me in a game anytime
Yep.
when I don't have to
Yep.
worry about classes, quote unquote. I
Right,
can just kind of do what I
exactly.
want. Yeah.
Right.
I like
Well,
that.
and I don't mind they
For
don't
good
have
and
a lot
bad,
of
but
traits and abilities. There's not
Mhm.
so much in this book that you can't learn these traits and abilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 260 page rule book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, part of it is an adventure and GM guide, but as far as getting down all the traits and all the mystical powers, there's not that much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not overwhelmed with spell lists and
Mm-hmm.
feats and stuff like that. Right?
Well, the nice thing about it, I find too, is that you're not going to learn a whole heap of ability. Like at least I don't think.
Yeah.
Depending, like the thing is,
Mhm.
like I'm a witch, but I'm looking at like how much it costs to have stuff and to
Right.
master some of these. I can't
Yeah.
see me having more than maybe another mystic ability, maybe
Yeah.
two, but that would
Yeah.
be it. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
have-
not gonna bloat up
Yeah.
in this.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
No.
good too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that. I like the fact that we're a little
Yep.
more interesting than the simple 3 dice 6 straight down OSR character that has,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you got to look, and as David said, you can sculpt your own character, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be a
Fantastic.
sword fighter that has magic, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or a wizard wears armor. You can do
Who
that.
wears
too,
armor,
if
yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
But
Sweet.
anyways, so it is getting late, guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks
Hey, thanks a
again,
lot.
Jason.
So good thing. Fortunately, I put a cap on it, and we only went over by an hour and a half. So,
Good
sorry.
job.
But the
Jason.
fight with the damn snake was so resilient.
Oh,
You
that
couldn't
thing,
damage it
man.
at first.
Well, yeah, I
Oh my
noticed. I did
gosh.
like 2 shots. Like, well, what was it? Like 2 shots at least of 1 damage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, if it has armor, I just did nothing. So
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah. Hey, thank you,
right.
gentlemen, and then we'll schedule David's run of this, and I'll make a character. We'll get it all figured out.
Okay,
Sounds
are we
good.
gonna try to stick to Saturdays? Is that
Oh,
what
it's
we're
up
gonna
to
do?
you, guys. I have
What do
I
you
have
guys
any day. Right?
just to,
Saturdays are complicated. We'll
Okay.
see.
Sure.
I'll get in touch with you in the week and I'll
and
tell
see
you
what happens?
See what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll play it
Okay.
by ear.
But
Okay.
I'm the easiest. I got whatever
easiest?
time you guys
Okay.
come up with. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways,
All right, sounds good,
okay,
guys. Thanks
Thank you
again.
so much, gents.
Later.
Talk to you guys later.
Night, yes.